You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to Friday Night Rivals, as you heard, presented by Wendy's. I'm Christian Garman with Jeff Price. Tonight we find ourselves at Tate High School, where the Washington Wildcats have made the trip northward. And Jeff, this is going to be an interesting game, if for no other reason than because of some of the off-the-field stuff this week. You know, Tate already having a difficult season at 1-5, 0-2 in district, and then head coach Jay Lindsey stepped down at the beginning of the week. And you do have to wonder how much of a distraction that might have been this week.
I don't care what anybody says. It's a distraction of some sorts. Now, here's the thing. Do the players come out and say, we're 1-5, our coach just stepped down, you know what, let's just try to get the season over? Or do they come out fired up for Coach Williamson? That's what I'm eager to see tonight. Frank
Williamson stepping in now as the interim head coach. Meanwhile, for the Washington Wildcats, they're having a pretty good year, and I know they've got a big-time offense. They can really score.
They really can. Big win last week against Milton. You wonder if they're going to be a little bit of a letdown. Remember last time we had Washington, we had them at PHS. PHS not having a similar season to Tate here. Well, PHS was leading 3-0 at halftime. I tell you what, if Washington has that happen tonight, I think it's going to be a different outcome for them.
I remember that. It was surprising because, like you say, PHS not having a great year, and all of a sudden they were up 3 on Washington. So we'll see what happens there. Right. So let's get to the Northwest Florida State College keys to victory. It's homecoming night here at Tate. As always, they put on a great show. Homecoming festivities were before the game tonight. And, obviously they want to win. What do they need to do to get out of here with a win tonight?
Tate's got to find some points. 23 points in 6 ball games is not going to cut it no matter what level you're playing. Their defense is actually pretty scrappy, but they're on the field, seems like 90% of the time. Can Tate find ways to move the change? That's the key.
And as you said, their defense is pretty scrappy, and it's going to have to be tonight. 1, because they're having a hard time scoring points, but 2, because the Wildcats have a terrific offense. How do they walk out of here with a win?
I think it starts with the quarterback, junior Amiel Steele, the young man, 9 touchdowns this year, loves to air it out. By the way, I'd air it out too if I had weapons like Reed Robinson and Blessed Hayes, not to mention Miles Murphy, Mr. Utility. That young man in the backfield with him makes them extremely dangerous.
Scorers all over the field for the Wildcats, and they would love to walk out of here with a win on the road tonight. We'll see how it all plays out. That's coming up next with Kickoff here on Friday Night Rivals. We're back and we're live, and boy, are we glad that you are with us. It's Friday Night Rivals, of course, presented by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. The teams have taken the field, and Jeff, Washington won the toss. They have deferred, so we're going to see Tate's offense. And you got to think Washington coach Ryan Anka wants to see that Tate offense, knowing that they've struggled.
Well, especially as well as Washington defense has been playing. And again, hey, this is going to be interesting to see. Now, for Washington, how do they come out? We talked about it in the open. Remember, the last time you saw this Washington Wildcat team here on Channel 35 for Friday Night Rivals was against PHS, where at halftime, surprising enough, 3-0 PHS. So let's see if they come fired up tonight.
It's going to be a short kick here, fielded at about the 25-yard line. And a big hole for Tate right off the bat. A terrific return. That's number 2, Warren Hicks, senior. He is a running back for Tate and making waves right there. So, Jeff, the Aggies will start with great field position. That's the kind of break this offense needs.
Yeah, Warren Hinkey, great return right there. And I'm going to tell you, this is going to get interesting because when we look at the quarterback situation, well, we've got these young guys right here. Let's start with the offense for them. You got Campbell, Tunstall, Patrick, Autry, Jackson, Trahan, Rudd, Hudson, Moore, Baldwin, and O'Brien. Mr. O'Brien, can he get this offense rolling? And I think the bigger question is, can the offensive line get a push against this stout front 7 of Washington?
And as you said, Ward O'Brien is a sophomore quarterback. Got a man in motion here. Going to be a handoff.
Looks like that's Autry.
Gain of a couple there, maybe 2 or 3. And like you said, that's Cordell Autry, the sophomore running back. It's going to be second down at about 7. And, Jeff, we comment that you and I get here, give or take around 5:30, so about an hour and a half before the game. And so we were, as we can see, the Washington starters there, of course, brought to us by Pete Moore, with defensive starters there, Neil Messer, Scruggs, Pullen, Leverett, Lewis, Eford, and the others. Going to be stuck at the middle there, so nothing doing on the handoff up the middle. It's going to be 3rd and long. Jeff, what I was saying is, aside from the fact that the Aggies, they're having a tough year, obviously, everything else about coming here is great. The field is gorgeous. The band is incredible. They had homecoming. It's just a real good night.
Yes, it's a great crowd as well. They have packed this giant stadium here. They always do.
Yeah.
And all they're looking for is an Aggie win tonight.
3rd and 7. Here's the pass over the middle. It will be completed, but well short of the first down. And on the reception there, that was number 10, Cordell Autry. I got a feeling we'll say his name plenty tonight. So it's going to be 4th and 6.
They're going to go for it.
Yeah.
Well, one thing with this Tate offense, very rarely, I think part of the problem is not moving the ball past about 15 yards. I mean, they really don't open up a whole lot. And I tell you what, short passes like that, if they continue it all night, Washington will scoop them up.
4th and 6. Oh, got some movement there. This might make it 4th and a whole lot shorter if it's on Washington, and I think it might be.
I believe that was Patrick O'Hara, the outside linebacker, number 20.
Yes, indeed. That's going to come against the Wildcats. So it's 4th and a yard instead. So that's a big break for Tate. Let's see what they can do with it now. Down at about the 43. And Jeff, again, they're working with a new head coach in Frank Williamson, going forward on 4th and down, trying to mix things up a little bit tonight. Going to get in the corner. Yes, indeed. Gets the corner and then some. That's number 3, Lyle Jackson, senior running back, with a big play there. And that's going to be a 1st and 10 from Family Heating and Air. So the gamble pays off for Coach Williamson early.
Yeah, that's tremendous for this Aggie squad. I know when you look at Lyle Jackson, good-looking young man, by the way, 5'9", 180, but going ahead and getting ahead of the sticks. That's when you see that first down by, watch this instant replay of Pete Heating and Air Conditioning. Great job blocking out front. The young man just needs a yard, and he gets it. But again, it's tremendous for this offense to get started on the right foot, and I tell you what, a 3 and out would have killed him, but hey, great job.
1st and 10, going to be a handoff up the middle, and he goes out wide and does it quite nicely. It's going to be another 1st and 10, and that's, yes, indeed, Warren Hinkey, who's having himself a big night. And the Aggies offense, which has struggled all season, gets a terrific kickoff return, and Jeff, they've made the most of it now down inside the red zone from Synovus.
Well, I'll tell you what, we just saw Mr. Hinkey, who's coming off the field now. We just saw him in the homecoming court as well.
That's right.
Playing a little double duty. How about it?
It's a big night, feeling it. Homecoming court, getting first downs. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Another big hole.
Uh-oh.
And that's going to be another huge gain. That's Lyle Jackson. I don't know if he got the full 10 for the first down. It's going to be close, but it's a big play. Worst case scenario, we're looking at 2nd and about a yard. And it looks like that's what we've got.
I tell you what, I love what I see from this offensive line so far from Tate. Now, the offensive line has been a little suspect this year. They have not really been able to get to the second level. Right now, boy, they are just bowling over this front for Washington.
This time he's going to pass, and he's got his man. Down at the 10, and that will not be enough. I think that's just short of the first down. That was number 3 on the reception, of course, Lyle Jackson.
Yeah, great job coming up on a one-on-one tackle right there by Malachi Gilbert, number 14. Young man, maybe only 146 pounds, but he put every bit in it to Mr. Jackson.
All right, so big play here, 3rd and very short. Whistles all over the place.
Yeah, I believe Washington had a little bit of a substitution issue.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get a timeout on the field. So why don't we take our first break with 8:43 to go. The Aggies of Tate are on the move. We'll be right back with a 3rd and short.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We're back. It is 3rd and about a yard here for the Aggies, all the way down at the 10-yard line. And we talked about the fact that their offense hasn't been able to do much all year. You would never know it from the first 3.5 minutes of this game, Jeff. They looked real good. Big play here, though. It'll be a handoff up the middle and a great 2nd and 3rd effort. And it's going to be a 1st and goal. Did it get
Touchdown!
Incredible!
Wow! Warren Hinkey.
That's Warren Hinkey, who has about 6 different efforts. It looked like he was going to get stopped short. He refused to go down.
Wow.
And he scores. Wow.
Number 2 on the field, number 1 in the hearts of Aggie fans. Watch this. Pete Heating and Air Conditioning instant replay.
Right here, he's in real trouble.
Just look at the broken tackles and watch him just carry the pile.
5 more yards to go at that point.
That is just relentless effort, and my goodness, that's what Coach Williamson came to see tonight.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, we've got an early front runner for playing a game.
My goodness.
It's going to be hard to beat that as the extra point is up and good. That's number 12, William O'Brien. And so the Aggies come out looking very sharp, march right down the field, and score for this homecoming audience. Jeff, I must say, I'm a little surprised at what we just watched. They made that look easy.
Methodical. That's the word I would use. That offensive line we talked about, I'm not really doing a great job this year. Remember, Tate comes into this game in 6 games, only scoring 23 points. 9 of that came in the first game, and they've only scored 2 touchdowns since the very first week. As you see the Airport Dental Smile Cam, lot to smile about for the student section of here at Tate, and boy, they packed it out. But my goodness, if you're Coach Williamson, again, he just took over this week as Coach Lindsey stepped down at the beginning of the week. Look, I had heard rumors, you know what? They had a good week of practice. He tried to get these guys focused, and it's got to be tough, no matter how much you want to say, oh, it's not a big deal, these are just kids, they're focused on other things. Still, when you lose your leader, it makes a difference. But I tell you what, I love the energy the Aggies come out with.
Well, you know, Jeff, the other side to it is just that, the energy. You know, you see that sort of thing, too, where a team wants to rally after something like this happens.
Yes.
And that's what it feels like, not only on the field, but in the stands as well. You would never know it by the way this crowd is acting, that this is a team that's struggled all year.
Yeah, the other thing is, again, we talked about it, Washington sleepwalking. Boy, I tell you what, their defense looked very surprised that Tate came out the way they did.
Yeah, the surprising part was that it looked relatively ezy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? After it's a terrific kickoff return, then it just kept on coming. And Washington will get a chance now to answer. It's bobbled there. That's number 27 for the Wildcats, Kendrick Burrell, who's able to finally get something out of it, maybe picks up a couple of yards. We're going to take a look at the starting lineup now from Washington, and of course quarterback Amiel Still, along with Miles, Murphy, and Seen, and O'Brien, Johnson, Robbins, Rivkin, Robinson, Jenkins, Hayes, and Hackworth make it out. And Jeff, there are all kinds of big names
a lot
on
of
that
weapons.
Starting lineup. Yeah, they're really good. Starting lineup, of course, from Pete Moore. So it's going to be 1st and 10, and we've been talking about how good this offense is. Let's see what they can do. All that said, Jeff, they are 3-2. It's not as though they're 5-0. They've lost a couple of games. And
They have
as you
played
said,
a very tough schedule.
They have, yeah. Going to come out throwing right away and got his man wide open. That's Reed Robinson, who picks up more than 10. That's going to be a 1st and 10 as they get the chains moving right away. 1st and 10 for Family Heating and Air. There's a look at the Tate D with Lewis, Walters, Purifoy, Clifton, Evans, Stafford, Zach Van Skyhawk.
What a great name.
All-time great name. Hinkie, of course, Powell, and then a couple of others there. Didn't get to all. Going to be a run up the middle here. Maybe picked up a yard. Going to be 2nd down and 9.
One thing I'll say is you expect the secondary. I'm looking for the secondary to play a little aggressive. I think they're tired of getting pushed around. I think at this point with 1 and 5, you know what? You're just going to start to take a few more risks. You're going to see guys step up. And when you look at Foster and those guys in the secondary, you just expect maybe a pick here or there, and that can be the difference maker today.
Yeah, that's a great point, too, that we've got nothing left to lose here. Good call. Great catch there, reeled in after the bobble. That's number 4, Byron Jenkins, the junior for Washington. It looks like another 1st and 10. Did he not catch it?
He did not catch it.
So it wasn't as good a catch as I thought. I saw him bobble it. I thought he pulled it in. There we go.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, the good folks at Peden will show me.
Yeah, there we go.
There's the ball.
Oh,
yeah.
Nope. He sure didn't.
He just didn't even come close to catching it. I only watch about half the game, Jeff. I can't be bothered. There we go. Yeah. Got to get a flag here. It looks like somebody from Tate jumped.
You go by sound? Is that pretty much?
No, I've got Netflix on.
I got you.
All right, so that's an encroachment situation. And exactly what we saw moments ago on the other side, this time a free 5 yards for Washington because Tate jumped. Still going to be 3rd down and 4. 1st down will come at the 48-yard line. Still going to throw it. This time it is caught, and it's going to be a 1st down. And, of course, that's number 2, Reed Robinson. Jeff, he's one of the ones you mentioned right off the top. He's a big weapon. He was awfully open there.
Yeah, it looks like the Tate secondary running a bit of a zone defense. And when you run a zone, there's going to be openings all over the field. And I tell you what, when you look at Amiel Steele, that's just watching film. You know Tate's going to run a certain zone offense or zone defense against this, and it's just going to be there all night, and they'll pick them apart.
Going to come back the other way here.
Uh-oh,
no,
hang
sir,
on to him, young man.
Tate defense is all over it. That's Miles Murphy not going anywhere. A big loss, and Tate continues to sort of dominate this game early on.
Ooh,
you hear that? You know what that is?
What's that?
That's the Shining theme.
There you go.
Show band of the South showing off tonight. Love it. Second down and 11.
Look at Miles Murphy. By the way, he is one of the, I call him Mr. Utility in the open. He does a little bit of everything, but great job by the Aggie defense standing tall.
Are you kidding? Listen to this band. Steele has got some fast feet here. He's in trouble.
He's got
and
nowhere
he's not
to go.
going anywhere. No, it's another big loss. It's going to be third down now and about 14 after another loss for maybe 13.
And you see the defense just finding a way to creep in that backfield a little bit. Now, right there, Amiel still got happy feet. You saw his eyes. Once the quarterback's eyes come back down to the line of scrimmage, you've got him right where you want him. He couldn't get his eyes back downfield, and a great job by that secondary. That's a coverage sack right there.
Show band of the South, there they are. Incredible.
Oh, they are awesome.
They are so good. Third and long now. Steele again. He's going to go long. He's got a man wide open, and what a catch it is. That's going to be 6 points. Number 13, Shawn Hackworth makes the catch under pressure. Beautiful pass.
Yeah, great job, Amiel Steele. Look, shuffling his feet, but again, this time he keeps his eyes downfield. And boy, oh boy, we talk about the weapons. I mean, look, we got too many to talk about. We didn't even mention Hackworth in the open, but this is a young man. Look, beautiful catch over the middle, by the way, and he is off to the races.
Yep, touchdown. So Washington able to answer, and what a start to this game. Here's John Michael Guidros in for the extra point. It's up, and it is good. And just like that, this game is tied just past halfway through the first quarter. We're knotted at 7, folks. Looks like we're in for a good one. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We are back, and you can see a relatively short line at the concession stand, so get something if you can. Although I'll tell you, Jeff, I wouldn't want to step away. It's been nothing but excitement here on the first few minutes of this game, and this is a very short kick. A little bit of a pooch here. Autry's going to field it at the 30, and he's going to go down at the 35-yard line. So better coverage this time from Washington, and Tate will have a longer way to go if they want to repeat what they did a few minutes ago.
Yeah, but you know what? If they look the way they did a few minutes ago, it'll be easy sledding for them. Interested to see what Coach Ryan Anka and that defense, the adjustments they made just after that first possession, because Tate did what they wanted. The offensive line, they found blocks at the second level. They were able to run the football, throw the football a little bit. But again, the key I look for on Washington defense, make Tate throw the ball past 15 yards. They really don't open it up a lot, so that allows the defenders, you can put 9 and 10 in the box right there if you need to.
Tate High School led by sophomore quarterback Ward O'Brien. Didn't have to throw it much on the first possession, and they're going to hand it off here again, and that's Lyle Jackson, the senior running back, picks up about 3. They're having more success when they're running out wide, Jeff, as compared to kind of putting it right up the middle. Yeah,
it's really allowing the offensive line to use that athleticism that they have. They're not the biggest offensive line, but they're fairly athletic for them. So, again, if the men across from you are bigger and stronger, how do you do that? Well, try to use your speed a little bit.
It's a predicament I find myself in frequently. Rarely have I been the strong one. Second down now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. Threw it behind him, hit quickly, and nothing doing there. So it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
But that, again, when you look at that, you've got press coverage on the outside, and that's what happens when you don't move the ball down the football field. They don't honor it. They're not worried about you throwing over the top. They're saying, you know what, I dare you to throw it over the top of our defense. And continue when you throw those short passes, you got to be careful because coming up here soon, that could be a pick 6.
Yep. 5:07 to go here, first quarter. We are tied at 7. 3rd down now and 7 for the Aggies. He is going to throw, and he's got it. Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Little miscommunication there. Or is that an illegal man downfield, maybe? Got a flag on the play of some sort.
That's illegal touching right there.
Yeah.
he got his tackle, touching the football when it's supposed to be his running back right there. Not sure if he thought it, but I believe the running back's a little bit smaller than the young man.
So. Illegal man there. As our director, Jack Kinnaman, said, his right tackle was wide open. So this time I think the Aggies, they're going to punt now. They went for it on 4th and long earlier. There it is. Like, man, give me the ball
more. Almost had a reception.
That would have been great. Story to tell the kids about. But this time they're a little bit deeper in their own territory, Jeff. They got to punt.
Yeah, you better be careful with these young men back here. These are some electric returners for the Wildcats.
And they should get pretty good position. It's a nice-looking punt, though. Really good.
I believe that's Kobe Hall. It's going to receive it right there.
All the way back at the 29-yard line, and he does get out to about the 39-yard line. A flag. Wow, several flags come in late here. So something's going to change because there was definitely a penalty.
Looked like it may have been a face mask. Tough to tell. It's
You
on
got
the
a
far
real
side
eagle
of the
eye.
field.
I don't know, you got an eagle eye. I don't know how you see that stuff from up here. I can barely see anything. You're like, Christian, I think his left pinky just got inside the upper ridge of the face mask there. Here we go. Personal foul.
Nope. Targeting.
Yeah, so stop showing
Receiving
off.
team, 15-yard penalty, first down.
All right.
There we go.
So, excuse me. So the penalty there is a biggie, 15 yards. And that's going to push the Wildcats back to right around the 30, which is just about where he fielded it, which means, essentially nothing gained on the play.
And by the way, targeting, it's not an automatic ejection in high school like it is in college, which
Right.
I can't stand. I get it, but I'm not.
You can't stand
We
that
don't have enough time to get into the targeting.
You can't stand that it is in college or that it isn't in high school.
No, I can't stand it's an automatic ejection no matter
college.
what, because
Yeah.
I think there are times when
Right.
guys deserve to be kicked out.
Yeah, other
When
times
guys
you
are just
think-
trying to make a play.
Yep, totally agree. Going to be an end around here and a big hole.
Oh,
Woo!
Blessed
Still on his feet.
Hayes.
Yes, indeed. Blessed Hayes is one of the greats. And he has a terrific run there. Got into a little traffic early, and once he got past that, forget about it. A huge gain now to the other side of the field.
Oh, Blessed Hayes, he can do it all as well. You see him right there on the little toss play, which is technically a pass right there because they throw it forward. So
There
that
he
counts
comes.
as passing yards.
Good. Steele is happy about that.
Uh-oh.
And we're just rolling here as Washington's moving quickly. It's going to be another big gain, maybe just shy of the first down, but it's going to be second and very short.
And Washington is moving
Yeah,
quick.
hurry-up offense here for the Wildcats with 4:10 to go in quarter number one. That is going to be, by the way, a first down. It was just enough from Family Heating and Air. And they're going to run it up again in the middle here, and it's going to be another big gain. Another pickup of about 7. That's Miles Murphy. So it's going to be second and short. Washington's offense looking real good, Jeff.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing to keep an eye out is Tate plays a few guys, a handful of guys both ways. That's tough at this level, especially when Washington's not doing the same. So when they do this hurry-up offense, this can wear that defense out very quickly.
Great point. Great point. Second down now. Coming out here. Oh, big
Hang
time
on.
defense here.
Oh,
He's
no.
still up. He is still up. Incredible effort there. Help me out. What was the number on that young man with the terrific run?
That's 23 right there.
23.
James
There's
Brown the third.
He feels real good after that.
There he is.
What a run. I mean, that was going to be a loss of about 4.
Well, Zach Van Skyhawk is sitting here hanging on to his shoelaces,
Yeah.
and what I'm interested is Brian Walters comes in and watch right here. Oh, I don't know if he
Yeah.
wasn't down, man.
Interesting.
But I am interested at Walters.
Yeah,
comes in and
Skyhawk's
just
like,
kinda
how about a little help, man? Third and about a yard down. And here he is again, and
No, sir.
He will be stopped, so it's going to be decision time for Coach Anka there. 4th down. We'll get an exact yardage here in just a second.
That is Jackson Stafford right there. Good-looking linebacker.
It's about a yard. It's 4th and about a yard.
I'll tell you what, Tate, after Washington just rolling down the field, they've got a big 4th down right here if they can build that stone wall.
4th down. Coach Anka yelling something in.
Look out. We got Robinson, Miles Murphy, and Blessed Hayes at the top.
Still 10 seconds on the play clock here. They're going to run it. Steele will get out wide, and folks, he's going to score a touchdown.
Wow.
4th and short, pays off big. Amiel still keeps it himself. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Man, oh man, Tate battled. They got a 4th and short.
Yep.
And just could not hit Mr. Steele. That's what makes him so dangerous. He's got a dynamic arm. But look, linebacker comes down and bites on the fake, and Mr. Steele will take it the rest of the way.
Once he got out wide, it was forget about it. So that makes it 13-7, and we'll see if the extra point can go to the 14-7 score here. Looked awfully good. It is good, and sure enough, it is now 14-7. So what an exciting first quarter this has been, Jeff. We always like to talk about some of the other games up and down the coast. as you take a look at your phone there, what are some of the other games tonight?
We've got some big games. Baker and Jay, the big rivalry there. Let's see if Jay can battle right here. It's always, we know how good Baker has been. Niceville at home against Miami Edison. Miami Edison coming up from, Miami, Florida. Well, Niceville's up 7-6 right now. Gulf Breeze in West Florida, no score in the first quarter. That's going to be a heck of a game, by the way. Crestview losing to Andalusia 14-7 right now. Pine Forces at home against the Baker Hornets of Mobile. We've got XL and Flomaton tonight. Orange Beach in Washington County. Orange Beach, a new program, by the way.
Right.
Boy, they look good. They're up 27-0 on Washington County.
Hey, Jeff, you're not going to be able to answer this, but I'm going to ask anyway. You said there's a team from Miami up here?
Miami Edison playing Niceville.
Why is that? I mean, why would they come from Miami?
I guess Niceville, they do some traveling as well. They've traveled to Texas and South Florida to make some games as well. Maybe this is just a payback game.
Wow, that's incredible. Kickoff here, fielded at the 25-yard line. And that's number 25, who's got a terrific run back out to the 43-yard line. Number 25 for the Tate Aggies had a big play there.
Yep, Jaden Luster, the junior wide receiver DB, plays a little both ways as well. And, boy, electric right there.
All right, so here come the Aggies now. And, Jeff, the first 5 minutes of this game, it felt like, whoa, the Aggies are looking great. But since then, Washington's kind of taken over a little bit. Looked real good on the last two possessions. Tate needs to try and do something here to keep that confidence level high. Come out throwing into some traffic. It was completed, but for not much of a gain there. And again, that's number 10 for Tate, Cordell Autry, who pulled it in, 2nd and 8.
Again, short yardage plays. This Wildcat defense is inching closer and closer and closer. You're just wondering when they're going to be able to pick that ball off. They're going to make that jump, take it the other way.
So 2nd and 8 now with 1:33 to go here in the first quarter on a great night at Tate High School. Beautiful. Great atmosphere out here. Try and get out wide, but Washington's coverage is all over it. That's number 15 for the Wildcats, or was that 12?
That's number 12, yeah. Brandon Leverett.
Good job, Brandon. Big play there. So now 3rd and 11 after the loss. Yeah, there you can see junior linebacker makes a big-time play.
Very athletic. That's what I love about this Wildcat defense. Speed all over the place.
Ward O'Brien, quarterback, sophomore for Tate, now 3rd and 11. O'Brien's going to throw, and he's going to throw long. He's got a man wide open, but way overthrows him. So it's going to be 4th and long. It was a good-looking play. The intended receiver there, Carmelo Campbell. And, Jeff, he was open.
Yeah, he was open out of his break, and the ball didn't get there in time. And that ball's got to be thrown more towards the sideline in front of his guy to give him a shot. Hey, it was a tough throw, no doubt, on the corner route, but again, I like the opportunity to throw it deep. Hey, but the thing is you can't do it in a predictable situation in 3rd
and long, right. All right, so the Aggies are going to have to punt once again, and that means, as you pointed out before, a couple of big-time receivers for Washington will have a chance to do something special here. Going to hop right into his hands.
It's Kobe Hall again.
Great coverage from Tate. Terrific play there, made by number 21, but we do have a flag on the play. We'll see what that is. Number 21 for Tate, that is Zach Van Skyhawk again. Hoping to say his name as much as possible. See what the penalty is. Yeah. It's going to be against the Wildcats. So, Jeff, that's the second punt formation we've seen where the Wildcats got a penalty called on them.
Yeah, some things to clean up here.
Yeah.
Coach Anka's always looking for things to clean up when he's got a good ball club like he does this year. And again, we talk about Washington being 3-2, but they have battled all year. They've played an extremely tough schedule.
Leading right now, 14-7, as you can see, just under 40 seconds to go. Going to be some tough starting field position here for the Wildcats after that penalty, all the way back now at about the 14-yard line. Although, again, sometimes for that offense, it doesn't take long.
Well, the more room, the better.
Yeah, right? Spread it out and see what happens. Amiel Steele, the terrific junior quarterback. Boy, how much better is he going to be next year?
Well, watching his progression from last year to this year has been fantastic.
Yep. And he's going to throw over the middle here, and sure enough, a big play wide open. That's number 2, Reed Robinson, who gets taken down at the 32-yard line. Good-looking play there on the timing route.
Yeah, just a simple slant pattern right there. And when the corner's playing 10 yards off, you're going to call these all night, and that's what it seems Ryan Anka and his offense is going to do. The question for Tate is, do you take the chance and run some press coverage to be able to jam that guy to the line and maybe he gets by you, or do you just continue on?
Hand off up the middle here, and that's number 6, Miles Murphy on the carry. Picked up a couple, it looks like.
That's always the toughest part, is you know that, you know what, you're giving up these short yardage plays every single time, but do you take the risk of getting beat?
Well, we're going to find out, because that is the end of quarter number 1. An exciting quarter, 3 different touchdowns. The 2 of them went to Washington, which is why they lead 14-7. It's Friday Night Rivals. Halloween just around the corner. Glad you're with us.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
There he is, the man and the myth, Mr. Jeff Price. I don't know how it's possible I'm not in the shot. I'm a foot from you, but somehow I'm not in that shot. Second down now and 8. Going to be a big run up the middle.
Run.
Miles Murphy
My
refusing
goodness.
to go down. And Pensacola State College brings us that 1st and 10. And a good way to start the quarter for the Washington Wildcats, now out to the 46-yard line.
Well, that's just what the doctor ordered, and that's what Miles Murphy can do. I tell you what, he does that to defenses in the second half, and they just wear you down.
Yeah. Here he is again.
A little misdirection.
This time the Tate D is all over it. Might have gotten a yard at the most. And, you know, Jeff, to belabor the point, you know, you keep talking about these weapons, and that's just what it feels like, right? When you start concentrating on Miles Murphy, here comes Blessed Hayes or, you know, Hank Jenkins. Emil still keeps it himself. It's just, it's so hard with this many threats.
Yes. The one, and look, you know, when you go out 4 wide like they're going, you've got to get one-on-ones, and that's just dangerous with this Wildcat offense.
Steele's going to throw it to number 13, and that's going to be a completion. That's a Shawn Hackworth, who does have a touchdown on the night. Doing the, yeah, he's.
Boy, he did it was like a ballet recital, the spins he got wrapped up in. We hope he's all right.
Yeah, and he's hurting, so may send out an athletic trainer here to see what's going on. Picked up about 4 or 5 on the play. It's a terrific player for Washington.
Yes, he is one of their dynamic receivers. They have so many.
Made a beautiful catch on the touchdown in the first quarter.
You know, we've got, and we don't have a whole lot of scores yet as some of these games are just getting underway, but our own Argos.
Yeah.
Well, the great season, a great comeback last week, by the way.
That was incredible.
30-10 at halftime, and they come back and beat Delta State.
A real testament to UWF and to that coach is they were down 30-10, Jeff, and I thought they might come back.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, usually you're down 30-10, you're not thinking, well, we'll see what happens, you know, but I was, and sure enough, they did. And Coach Shinnick has just done an incredible job.
And it's a testament to, by the way, we see so many guys want to transfer and leave. Well, remember, UWF didn't have a season last year?
Yeah.
Those guys didn't transfer out. They
Stuck
stayed
around.
put.
Yeah, incredible. All right, 3rd down and short, or I shouldn't say short, 3rd and 5.
Might be short for this offense.
That's fair. Thanks for bailing me out. They're going to run it up the middle, and sure enough, it's going to be all of that and then some. Big-time play here. That, once again, number 6, Miles Murphy, who gets a 1st and 10 from Pensacola State College. The Synovus red zone now for Washington, Jeff. Handoff up the middle. Could have been simpler, but a huge hole.
Yeah, look at the offensive line. Look at this gap they created. I mean, my goodness, you could drive a Mack truck down that gap. Well,
surprised he got caught, frankly, but he did. And this time he'll pick up maybe 1 or 2 from the 17 to the 15. It'll be 2nd and 8 here with 10:30 to go.
Great job by Brian Walters right there for that Tate defense. Miles Murphy says, hey, give me a break for just a second, Coach.
Yeah. Must be fun to call plays for Washington.
Yes. Let's see. It's like a roll of a dice.
Yeah.
See what number it rolls on this time.
All right, 2nd down. Steele's going to throw to the end zone, and he's got his man wide open, but just over him. Oh, mercy. That was Reed Robinson, the intended receiver. He did break free just at the last moment, but the pass was high.
I think Robinson just kind of stopped his route and settled right there. If he keeps running, it's a easy 6 points. But, again, for Emil Steele, well, you know what? Maybe put a little more touch on that pass, and we've got 6 more points for him, which would have been his 2nd touchdown tonight.
So instead, it's going to be 3rd and about 9. A moment here for Tate. They could use a stop here, make Washington have to make a decision. Steele's got lots of time.
He has all day.
He is going to throw it on the run, and he's got his man, but just threw it out ahead of him a little bit. So Tate is able to make the stop here, and it's going to be 4th down and long. Reed Robinson, once again, the intended receiver. So looks like the field goal unit going to come on now for the Wildcats.
Great job by that secondary for the Aggies, because I tell you what, that front four for the Aggies they applied no pressure. Amiel Steele just hanging out. I mean, basically renting a house back there. My goodness. Has all day, but that secondary holds up.
And here's Guidro's now on. About a 32-yarder. It's got more than enough leg. And it's good. Beautifully done. That's going to make it 17-7 as Guidro connects from 32 yards. Washington now up by 10 with 9:51 to go. It's Friday Night Rivals. Glad you're with us. We'll be right back as Tate will receive the kickoff.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We are back and glad you are with us here. It's Friday Night Rivals, and while we have a quick moment, a reminder that tonight, 11 o'clock on Channel 3, Prep Football Final, anchored by the great Dan Shugart. It is not a joke when I say, Jeff, every week. Can't wait to get home and watch that show. Watch every minute of it every single week, and it's so good. You see all the highlights from the games up and down the coast, so catch that tonight after our show and after Channel 3 News at 10. Another short kickoff, and looks like Tate will take over here at about the 37-yard line. And, Jeff, that offense looked so good early. They need to do something here to remind Washington they came to play.
They've got to be able to throw the football down the field and get some pressure, because off of that offensive line, because I tell you what, these Wildcats are literally 9, 10 guys in the box every single time. Press coverage, when you look at the receivers, they do not honor the pass over the middle. They're daring you to throw. And granted, you know what, they're pretty darn good in that secondary, but somehow, some way, they got to open up some lanes for that running game.
There you saw number 13, Ward O'Brien. He is the quarterback for the Aggies. And remember, Tate has a new coach. Head coach Jay Lindsey stepped down at the beginning of the week. Tank Williamson took over. He is the interim head coach. So that was certainly something big that Tate dealt with off the field all week long. And there's a big loss here on 1st down. It's going to be 2nd down now and 15, Jeff.
Yeah, great play. Amir Rustam right there. The junior, 6'1", 195, does a little bit of everything. You see athlete right there after running back. That's exactly what he is. He does everything for this team. Tell you what, does a great job beating his blocks, waiting for the young man to run in his direction, and just makes a great tackle.
All right, so Tate moving in the wrong direction on 1st down. 2nd down and long. The Aggie offense, which has struggled, does not need to find themselves in positions like this, deep in their own territory, back in the 30. Going to run this up the middle. A great cutback. Beautiful there. A gain of about 7 or 8, and that's a good play. It's going to make a more manageable 3rd down. And then, of course, number 2, Warren Henke.
Yeah, Henke has a touchdown already tonight with a fantastic run, which is one of the most impressive runs we've seen all year long, by the way.
Sure was.
Just carrying the pile 10 yards down the field. But a more manageable 3rd and 7. But again, this offense is not built for 3rd and 7s.
Brian is going to throw. He's got his man, but he underthrew him a little. It was going to be enough. It was just enough for the 1st down. Doesn't matter, though. Comes up short. And it may be a 3 and out, or we may see if Coach Williamson wants to go for it here. Would be a gutsy call to go for it on your own side of the field, and that's where they sit. Now, they're going to send the punting unit out.
One thing that I want to see from Warren Henke there, and I know he's just a sophomore, but let that ball fly. We saw him kind of ease back like he was scared that the defender was going to jump the route. You've got to just let it fly, young man. I tell you what, you got nothing to lose right now, especially down by 10.
Well, you know, that's the sort of thing, Jeff, that he's a sophomore, right? And it's a sophomore with an offense that doesn't score much. That kind of confidence, no doubt, will come. Another great punt.
Beautiful punt.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, boy.
The kind of punt you'll see at the next level. That was big time. Well done. Down the 23-yard line is where it goes out of bounds. And the Wildcats will be 77 yards away. But, Jeff, the last few times they've had the ball, they've done a lot with it. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Up 17-7 now with 8:14 to go here in the 1st half.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if Steele comes out right here. Play action, big play over the top. Just tries to stick a dagger in their heart right now. Like, again, we talked about it. Amiel Steele has a cannon for an arm. He's very athletic. He goes through his progressions, takes care of the football fairly well. Last year, that was a bit of a problem for him. But again, this year, Reed Robinson, Blessed Hayes, Miles Murphy, Shawn Hackworth, by the way, another young man. They've got weapons everywhere. I mean, I've got a list that's a mile long. I mean, this when you look at this roster,
yeah.
Where does he go? He's got his options.
All right, here we go. All those options are out there. Still going to hand this one off up the middle. They've had plenty of success running the ball tonight. That, of course, Miles Murphy, who picks up a couple. And, Jeff, as we watch this game, you know, you always like to give us the scores of other games, and there's a big one they're going to be watching real closely tonight, West Florida Tech and Gulf Breeze. I don't know if you have the score yet, but that's going to be an exciting game, yeah?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, the battle of, when you look at it, two teams that are, you're not really surprised as much about West Florida Tech. We knew that Coach Summerford was going to have his team, but Coach Clayton and his squad, holy cow. Boy,
good.
The way that they have played this year has been just unbelievable.
And we're at Gulf Breeze next week. Steele going to throw over the middle, and a beautiful pass. Oh, wow, breaks one tackle. That could be enough. We're going to see. Touchdown saving tackle. Nonetheless, a huge gainer. Steele to Robinson, and it's another Synovus red zone situation for the Wildcat offense, looking so sharp tonight.
Yeah, Warren Hankey saved the touchdown. But watch this, play action, just a simple little play action play. You see the little post pattern. Reed Robinson runs a post pattern, one-on-one coverage on the outside, which is, well, what you're going to get whenever you go four wide just about every time. And Warren Hankey makes the stop.
Speaking of stop, looks like we've got a stoppage of play out on the field. So, yeah, it looks like the timeout here from Tate. They're going to talk about this situation inside the Synovus red zone. So why don't we take a break, and we'll come back and see if the Wildcats can punch it in again. Here, Friday Night Rivals, Wildcats are on the move.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
When we say it's a beautiful night, folks, we are not kidding. Spectacular views of the moon and otherwise here tonight at Tate High School. The Aggies in some trouble, down 10 right now, 7:23 to go, in Washington on the move inside the Synovus red zone. But a huge play from the Aggie defense there, and that's going to be a big loss. Wow. Just a total collapse there, Jeff.
It's a party in the backfield. The cavalry's coming. The Tate Aggies on defense. My goodness, right there, Brian Walters. Boy, you saw Amiel Steele out of nowhere. He was not expecting this. Remember, he's had a lot of time back there, and boy, from both sides, you look at both. Boy, the whole secondary was coming right there. It looked like to Amiel Steele. And again, remember when those eyes, they drop from that secondary to the line of scrimmage, you've got the quarterback right where you want.
There's a loss of about 9, so second down now and nearly 20 back at the 25-yard line. Steele's going to have to pass. Easily finds his man Murphy coming over the middle, and that's going to be a great play and a big gain. Murphy down now at the 10-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and 5. And, Jeff, that's a nice way to get back a whole lot of those yards they needed.
Well, it's nice whenever you have someone like Miles Murphy back there, that you got the weapons running all the routes and everything and taking all that with them, the defense. And Miles Murphy just simply
sits
right
back
here.
And says, what about me, coach? Boom.
Just let me run right here to the quarterback, pick it up, almost like a little screen play. And, well, just about does the rest.
So it's more like 3rd and 6. Going to throw to the end zone, but miscommunication on the route there, no doubt about it, as the pass is nowhere near the receiver. And so it will be 4th down again. Moments ago, we saw the Wildcats kick a fairly long field goal, 32 yards at this level, and looks like they're going to try and do that one more time here and pack on 3 more points as they bring out their field goal kicker, John Michael Gidros, who's very good.
Yeah, Kendrick Burrell, the young man out there, the young sophomore, 6'2", 173. Not on the same page with Amiel Steele. You saw Amiel a little frustrated. Tell you what, but great stop for the Aggies, setting them up for the second field goal attempt.
It's a 29-yard attempt. Oh, and we've got some movement here. And if that goes against Tate, and I think it will, it's going to be 4th and a yard. And all of a sudden, sure enough, Coach Anka sending his offense back on the field. A much more manageable situation. Instead of 4th and 6, it's 4th and 1. And the Wildcats are going to try and convert here and get themselves a 1st and goal. I know that's frustrating when the mic doesn't work. Sorry about that, folks. But we know what the call was. Encroachment against Tate. So 4th and a yard now.
I do like good encroachment call.
Well, then you like this because we've had it 3 or 4 times tonight. Here we go. Big moment. Big chance for Tate. Miles Murphy will get the first down and a touchdown. So the encroachment penalty, a huge penalty because it cost Tate 6 and probably 7 points as they now go up 23-7. And Jeff, Miles Murphy is having a huge night.
Yes, he is. And again, when you look at the stat column, his numbers may not always pop out to you, but he's always Mr. Johnny on the spot. He always just does the little things right. He always protects the football. He always just runs hard. He's always where he needs to be, doing what he needs to be doing for his team to give him the best chance to win. And again, Miles Murphy, just perfect.
The extra point is up, and yes, indeed, it's good. And that's going to make it 24-7. So ever since that opening drive from Tate, this has been all Wildcats. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll see if the Aggies can score before the half.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
Yes, indeed, the Tate Aggies. It's a home game, and they're having a tough year. They're 1-5 this week. Switched coaches. It's Coach Jay Lindsay stepped down. All of that said, Jeff, as you can see, they have packed the house. Top right of your screen there is the show band of the South, which to say is spectacular is an understatement. They really are just so good to listen to. It's a great atmosphere. It's homecoming. Had a huge homecoming court before the game tonight. You know that the Aggies would love to put on more of a show, but ever since that opening 4 or 5 minutes when they looked great, they've had a tough game here in the first half.
Yeah, it's pretty much been all Wildcats from here on out.
Tate would love to do something about that right here, and they start with this return, which is out to the 38-yard line, and that is Cordell Autry, sophomore running back, who obviously returns kicks as well. He's had a good night. But, Jeff, you've said it again and again and again and again. You know, Tate does not have the kind of running game that supports the fact that that's almost all they're doing, or very short passes.
I think they have the opportunity, but I think at the quarterback position, they've got to be able to open it up and throw the football down the field with confidence. Ward O'Brien, I think, is the man for the job, but I think he is playing with a lack of confidence right now that's hurting his team.
Well, they're 1-5. He's a sophomore, so certainly that makes some sense. He gets the completion here, a pickup of a couple. And, you know, Jeff, with 3 timeouts, I would not be surprised if Coach Anka for Washington is thinking, let's get some more points before the end of this half.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Especially get them while you can. And I tell you what, when you've got momentum in your favor, you got to take it.
They certainly do. 2nd down and 8 now. They come back towards us here, but that's going to be a big defensive stop there. And now 3rd and long as the Wildcat defense has looked real good.
There he is again, Mr. Amir Rustam coming in, making a big play. He's had himself a heck of a night so far.
So 3rd down now and about 12 as you get another look here on the replay.
This just looked painful. Watch him go down. Ooh.
Oh, man, head slam there. Yeah,
man, the ankle getting twisted.
Yeah,
Yikes.
Every bit of that did not look any fun. Good to see him pop back up. All right.
3rd and predictable passing down right here. Let's see what Tate does.
3rd and long a lot for Tate. And sure enough, they're going to throw here. Man is wide open there.
But he comes back short of the sticks.
Yeah, caught it, I think, at about the 1st down marker. But like you said, came back a couple yards. And it's going to be 4th down, but a much more manageable as a good-looking pass there, Jeff.
Yeah, interesting. Usually you want your receiver to go to the sticks and turn around. He comes back about 2 yards short, gets tackled about 3 yards short, but a much more manageable, like you said, much more manageable 4th down.
It is 4th down, 4th and 3. And Washington wants this stop. Tate desperately needs to convert, if for no other reason, to keep the ball out of the hands of the Wildcats, who can score a couple of touchdowns in 4 minutes. Oh, we got movement all over. I think this is, well, I mean, Washington moved, but so did Tate.
I think it was Tate, to be honest with you.
Yeah. False start. Yes, indeed. Good call. So now it's not 4th and 3. It's going to be 4th and a lot longer. And those are the kinds of penalties, Jeff, when you're trying to overcome a difficult season that really change everything. It's 4th and 7 now.
And that's going to change. Now the punting team's coming out there. So you give yourself a chance and an opportunity And then you shoot yourself in the foot.
Well, you hate when you're the player that jumped there. That's a tough walk off the field.
Yes.
So Washington does get the stop as the clock is rolling here.
Well, William O'Brien's had some pretty impressive punts so far,
You're
though.
right.
I will say
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Those are some Division I level punts.
Totally, yeah. He's been very impressive. This one not quite as good. Going to be an opportunity to make a nice return here. And that's Blessed Hayes, I believe, who gets it out to about the 45-yard line. Yes, indeed. Blessed Hayes. So good. So, Jeff, 3:30 sounds like late in the half, but with Washington's offense, that's more than enough time to try and do something with it.
Well, they're the type of offense that's always one play away.
Totally. 100%.
I mean, when you look at Tate's offense, they need to develop some drives. They don't have that big play ability, but Washington, they're always one play away. That's what makes them so dangerous.
And they're talking about that right now. You can see Coach Anka getting his team ready. There's the Airport Dental Smile Cam.
Throwing some footballs in there?
Little swag on its way out here.
Cups.
Yeah, why not? Of course, we see a lot of pink this time of year, October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And those obviously were pink cups. 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats.
You're not interested unless it's T-shirts, right?
I'm gonna make sure and get a couple. Oh well, got flags everywhere. I think it's gonna be a delay of game. So the Wildcats, Coach Anka was talking to his team for a good long while on the sidelines. Jeff, cost him.
Yeah.
He
needed more time.
Yeah, well, he got it at the expense of 5 yards. So it's gonna be 1st down and 15 now, back at the 38-yard line.
So he's got him right where he wants.
Well, you know what? Yeah. I think he probably does. Steele wants to throw right away, and he's going to go for all of it here. Oh, boy. Woo!
Man. Reed Robinson just off his fingertips.
Yeah,
My goodness.
4 players out there, a couple for Washington, a couple for Tate. As you said, Reed Robinson was the man who broke, and mercy, that's, I don't know, an inch and a half out of his reach. Wow.
I wonder if maybe he alligator armed it a little bit. I don't know. That's tough. That was a beautiful throw.
Sure was.
A lot of times when you're looking at, you got 2 of your guys, 2 of their guys, you're talking about threading the needle. Boy, that was where only his man was going to catch it as well. Beautiful throw by Steele. All
right, so 2nd and 15 after the incompletion. Going to come out wide here. There's Murphy, who's got a hole, but a good open field tackle. And it's going to be a gain of about 5, so it'll be 3rd down and 10 with 3:17 to go here.
Yeah, a little swing route out of the backfield. You see Miles Murphy, he goes ahead and motions out there, but Zach Van Skyhawk does a really good job because, again, Miles Murphy's the guy that he breaks one tackle. He can be off to the races.
Yep. So it's 3rd down now and actually just over 10. And, boy, Tate would love to get a stop here.
Oh.
And the Aggies jump again.
Won't be a 1st down, but much more manageable 3rd down.
Yep. Sure enough. So it's going to be, instead of 3rd and about 11, 3rd and 6. And it now out to the 47-yard line. 1st down would come on the other side of the field at the 47-yard line.
And that's just a defense that, just trying to get that extra step on the offensive line there and just gets caught.
Still 3rd down. Still going to show off that arm again. Got his man wide open in the middle.
Oh.
Got a great hit at the last moment there. Would have been a 1st down. Reed Robinson, the intended receiver, and Jeff, he had him, but a nice timed hit there.
Yeah, Demetrius Powell right there. Great job. As soon as the ball touches his hands, he comes in and gets his hands on Reed Robinson. Boy, I think that was more of a drop for Robinson, but hey, Powell, if Powell's not there, he probably,
he probably pulls it in.
I take that back. Mr. Powell, perfect timing.
Makes a great play. Hey, big time there for Tate. They needed that stop,
Yes.
and they got it. The Wildcats will be punting. So Tate's going to get their hands on the ball here, and Warren Hankey, of course, is the man back at about the 18-yard line. Good-looking punt. Hankey will not be able to make a play. We'll stop rolling at about the 18-yard line. So Hankey was in the right spot, but didn't work out, and so Tate's going to be about 82 yards away.
Was that Blessed Hayes on the punt?
Was that Blessed the punt?
I believe it was Blessed Hayes. I did not have that on my lineups that he was a punter, but I believe he was the punter right there.
He does it all.
Blessed.
You know.
There's another fine band, by the way.
Yeah,
The
Washington.
Wildcat.
Yeah, you know, I live close enough to Washington that I can hear them. You may too. You live pretty close to that area too.
Yep.
You ever hear them practicing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You just go sit on the back porch and sip your...
Listen to Louie,
Yeah.
as done by high school band. 1st and 10. Nice little sweep here. Gainer of a couple there, not much more. That's Cordell Autry on the carry. And Jeff, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if right now Coach Robinson, more than anything, is thinking run the clock. Doesn't want to give it back to Washington.
Yeah, I think for Coach Williamson, he just wants to eat this clock. If any, look, and if you find an opening, you find an opening, but you do not want to shoot yourself in the foot again. Look, you kind of, hey, take what you can get. This is the first time he's been the head coach and seen his team in the first half as the head man.
O'Brien's got his man. Oh, mercy. Woo, he was open.
Touch.
It sure was. That's a good-looking pass, just out of reach. Cordell Autry, the intended receiver there, so it's going to be 3rd and long. And Jeff, I said Coach Robinson. Thank you. It's Coach Williamson, of course, for Tate is what I meant. So good catch on that to clean that up. 3rd down now. And of course, the downside to a play like that, now the clock stopped.
Yep.
That's a real favor to Washington.
Well,
on
and you
3rd and 8 now, 3rd and 7, maybe.
You caught him off guard. That's what we talked about, being able to throw the football down the field. You caught him off guard, but you didn't make him pay.
Right. But you're right. I mean, you've said all night they need to do it. So kudos that they went for it. 3rd down now and 7.
Uh-oh. Screenplay.
And Washington's all over it. And how many? Yeah, Washington's got all 3 timeouts. They may have called one here.
Yeah, Jeremiah Efer right there. It is so tough to teach your guys to read for that screenplay because the offensive line's going to release and go downfield, and you're thinking free reign to the quarterback. But as a defensive lineman, you watching a film, you say, wait a minute, if a guy leaves me unblocked, 9 times out of 10, there is a reason I'm unblocked.
Right.
Maybe I should stay home.
And we do have a timeout on the field. I believe it was the Wildcats who called that. We'll take a quick break and come back and see if Washington can score just before the half.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We're back now, and it's 4th and 7. You can see Tate is going to be punting here, and Washington, a couple of guys positioned right at the 50. They're going to get pretty good field position. It's another good-looking punt. It's going to settle in on the Tate side of the ball at the 47-yard line. So the Wildcats, with 2:06 to go, get some really good field position. And Jeff, I would not be surprised at all if they find a way to do something with it here in the last couple of minutes.
Yep, they can do whatever they want here with 2 minutes, and they have 2 timeouts left. They're at the mercy to do whatever they want. I mean, again, for Tate, look, Tate has left some guys open, but Tate's been scrappy enough here. They've gotten a couple stops. But again, what is Washington going to come out and do? Again, Miles Murphy in the backfield. They can run the football with him. They can throw the football to him.
And you mentioned that, Tate's defense is scrappy. Remember, they did stop Washington a moment ago. 2 other times Washington had a good 1st and goal situation, and Tate held them to field goal. So, the score could be worse than it is.
Been the case all year. But the offense for Tate cannot put up enough points to help them get off the field enough.
And look at this, boy. Help me out, I'm blanking. When the quarterback does the
hard count,
it's working every time. It is getting someone from Tate to jump every single time. So instead of 1st and 10, it's going to be 1st and 5, and that field position just keeps getting better, and the Wildcats don't have to do anything about it. Now down to the 42-yard line, 1st and 5. Off right up the middle, and it's a big hole and a 1st and 10 from Pensacola State College as a nice gainer there. The Wildcats offense on the move. Miles Murphy has been so big all night. And the Wildcats have shown us, Jeff, they have no problem with the hurry-up offense.
No, they love it.
Come right back at him here again. It's Miles Murphy. Doesn't get much that time, though he does pick up a yard or 2. Down to 1:45 to go here. As you can see, Washington and Tate both have both of their timeouts.
Remember that Washington gets the ball back at the start of the second half as well. They deferred.
Yep, they won the toss, deferred, put Tate on the field. Tate looked great when they did that. Marched right down and scored a touchdown. Their only points of the night. 2nd down and 8. This time Steele's going to keep it, then pass it. And, just too quickly thinking about what he was going to do with it. That's Byron Jenkins he was open there. I don't know, man. Maybe Steele has more success if he just keeps it himself, Jeff.
I think it was a great job by Tate defensively because there was really nowhere to go. That's an RPO, a run-pass option. Amiel Steele, he goes to run. He sees the linebacker sitting outside for him, goes to throw it, and there wasn't a whole lot of room for Byron Jenkins, but nonetheless, he should have still brought the pass in.
3rd down now and about 8. Steele's got his man this time. A couple of
wow,
beautiful moves there.
moves.
Yes, indeed. Wow, that's good looking. Reed Robinson, terrific receiver. It's going to be a Pensacola State College 1st and 10 on 3rd and 8. That's a tough blow.
I believe Mr. Robinson's been in some tap dance classes right there because he just tap danced his way through the defenders.
No doubt. Big time play there. Got some whistles. Looks like, what do we got on the field? Maybe a timeout, not sure. Let's see. I did not see a flag.
No. I didn't see the ref signal a timeout for either team either.
Well, now
Maybe
it looks
they had
like
to reset the play clock.
Yeah, there we go. They're just going to play ball 1st and 10 now. 22-yard line. Still going to throw it wide. Oh, and a great move here from Blessed Hayes, who will get down to the 7 or 8 yard line. The ball comes loose. If they're going to rule that a fumble, it's a huge play for Tate. Number 22 for the Aggies has it on the move out to the 18-yard line. And that was Bryant Walters, the senior defensive lineman.
Uh-oh, he's got a cramp too. Ooh.
Meanwhile, the Wildcats also have a man down on the other side of the field. Not sure if that's Blessed Hayes, who had a terrific big play.
I believe it is. Well, that's going to be interesting to see the replay right there. And you see Coach Anka's wondering, why was my man not down?
Right. Let's see. I'd say it was close. We'll find out. Terrific run here from Hayes. So talented. I don't know. I think he was down.
Yeah, I think he was as well. But
I don't think it matters.
You don't get replay here in high school.
No. So that's a huge moment because with less than a minute to go, it was going to be 1st and goal for the Wildcats. And meanwhile, Hayes is still on the ground, which is terrible to see.
It was an awkward tackle.
Yeah.
Very awkward tackle. I'm not sure. By the way it looked, almost like his head kind of got pulled down.
And, okay, here we go. So we have a Tate player down. That's
Walters.
Walters, who made the pickup and the carry. So both ball carriers on the play down on opposite sides of the field injured. Hate to see the half end this way. Let's hope they can both get up and walk off. And, yeah, Jeff, it's going to go as a turnover. And a huge break for Tate.
Almost wonder if was he grabbed by his face mask? Just the way his head came down.
I don't know. If we get a chance, maybe we can look at it again. We'll see.
Checking his leg there.
Let's see the athletic. Here's another look. Thank you.
Here we go.
It's a different angle, too.
This should be able to tell us what we need. Just kind of goes over the top.
Tough to see exactly what happened.
A lot of bodies.
But what we do know is he's still down. Okay, he's getting up. Is he going to walk off? It'd be great to see.
He's limping off.
Here you can see the athletic trainers on the scene doing a great job. So Blessed Hayes is needing a little help to get off the field. That is no good. Hate to see that.
He's a dynamic player.
Yeah, and evidenced by that run.
Yeah.
So good. Nonetheless, a big moment for Tate. They do get the turnover. And with less than a minute to go, Washington not able to cap off that drive, as again, they were going to have a 1st and goal from about the 8. But nothing doing here, so we'll see what Tate tries to do. They're going to come out throwing.
Ooh.
A little off target there. Ward O'Brien maybe didn't quite have it on par there with what his receiver, Jeff. Seemed like they were not on the same page.
I'll tell you this, you're 1-5. You really have nothing to lose at this point, but be very careful that you leave time on that clock, especially with Washington having 2 timeouts.
Well, and then also be very careful about throwing a pick.
Yes.
You know? With 23 points on the year, right, for Tate?
Absolutely.
Got to be real careful, but it's a good, oh, mercy. Had his man.
Great play.
Yeah, it's a good-looking opportunity there. That was number 9, Carmelo Campbell, who just not able to pull it in.
So Jonathan Morrell, Johnny on the spot, number 30 right there, making a great play. All 135 pounds of him. I love it. Love it.
So 3rd and 10 now with 37 seconds to go. And, Jeff, you make a great point. They come out and they throw in the first 2. They're both incomplete, and the clock isn't moving.
And even with a punt right now, it looks like Washington would still be on the right side of the 50 for them.
And they have a terrific field goal kicker. So, but Tate,
don't take a
nonetheless,
sack. You can't take a sack here.
Ward is all over the place. O'Brien finally comes down. Let's see if the Wildcats call a timeout. Yeah, they do. They sure do. With 25 seconds left, they're going to get it back. And Coach Anka had that plan all along. He was on the field calling for that timeout the second the runner went down. So big play there. Jeff, though, again, Tate, they're 1-5. Like you said, they don't have a whole lot to lose. I really appreciate that they weren't going to just do nothing. It's like, let's play. I appreciate that they went for it there. It didn't work out, but
at the same time, I think they should have been throwing the football a little bit more earlier in the game
right.
to help open things up. But nonetheless, I think there's some things Coach Williamson's going to talk about at halftime, and hopefully we'll get to talk to him after they come back out at halftime. And it's interesting. Again, remember, so Coach Lindsey steps down beginning of the week. Coach Williamson takes over as interim head coach. The offensive line, he knows this offense. He knows this team. And the kids come out with a little bit of energy. Again, Washington defers to the second half. Tate's offense comes out, scores. Not much since then, though.
No,
There's
almost nothing since then. Whereas on that drive, they couldn't have looked better. Remember that John Michael Gidros, the senior kicker for Washington, is very good. So if he gets an opportunity to get in a field goal position, they may go for that. Nonetheless, right now they're going to have a couple of gents at the 50.
Yeah, Byron Jenkins will replace Blessed Hayes as a punt returner, and we also have Kobe Hall.
And they come after it. I don't know
my
how they
goodness.
miss it. Incredible.
Holy cow.
Man, Coach Anka sent the house. Somehow the punt gets off. Wow, incredible. And it ends up being a great punt. So with 14 seconds to go, that took up nearly half the time right there. Watch this. This is incredible. Pressure everywhere. You were
that
there.
was Malachi Gilbert that's going to want that one back when he goes and watches
So
film.
how did I
on
miss
Monday.
that? But he does miss it. And so with 14 seconds left, we'll see what Coach Anka wants to do here. Remember that Washington does still have a timeout, and they have a quarterback with a huge arm and some big-time receivers, Jeff. A 30 or 40-yard play down the field puts them in field goal range, and they can do it.
They can work the sideline here and get a little bit closer to get in Hail Mary range as well.
This is the kind of moment I think that quarterback Emil Steele kind of digs. Not a whole lot to lose, but a chance to look like a major stud.
They're going to run
Look
it.
at this. They're going to run it right up the middle. I love it.
Oh.
It's Miles Murphy, who has a big gainer. It's a Pensacola State College 1st and 10, and does
They're gonna
not
let the
look
clock
like
run.
the Wildcats are going to try and do anything else. So that will be the final play of the first half, with Washington up 24-7 after the Aggies came out early and scored immediately 3.5 minutes into the game. Since then, Washington certainly had their way with Tate, and they feel real good, I think, about the current score. We're going to try, as we always do, to talk to Coach Anka here, and I think I can see him coming across the field, so that'll be great. We can get a quick word with him and talk about maybe what he's going to be looking to do in the second half with a lead like this on an interesting week, to say the least, here at Tate. A week where their head coach stepped down, a week where a team that's 1-5 tried to figure out a way to regroup, and certainly early on looked real good, but the Wildcat offense just looking so good and so many weapons. It's tough to slow them down, and I can see Coach Ryan Anka on headsets now. Coach, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Hey, Coach, this is Christian Garman from Friday Night Rivals. First of all, that's a good-looking first half. That said, when we had you guys on TV earlier in the year, you talked about the first half and said, Christian, we didn't come out ready. Tonight, you looked real good. What are you going to talk to your team about for the second half and not get complacent?
Yeah, exactly what you just said. Don't get complacent. Don't be satisfied with the score. We haven't scored over 28 points this year in a game, so we're trying to definitely break through that barrier and put together a full game, regardless of the opponent.
Coach, real quick before we let you go, Blessed Hayes there getting hurt on that play near the end of the half. Do you have any feel for how he is?
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. I mean, I thought he was down. Obviously, we don't have replay in high school. It is what it is. We'll move on. He took a helmet to the knee, kind of hyperextended. I think more so just the blast kind of scared him more than anything. But he looks like he'll be okay. Hopefully we won't have to use him here. But I think he would be ready if we needed to.
Got it, Coach. Thanks for that update. Go get him in the second half. Appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
It's Coach Ryan Anka from the Washington Wildcats. So it is halftime. Glad you're with us. We're going to take a break here. 24-7 as Washington has a very good first half. Homecoming night, though, here at Tate High.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We are back. Ooh, digging that. Hang on, let's just listen to that for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, that is working. I don't remember hearing that in the past. Great music there. That's the music of the Restore Plastic Surgery Halftime Report. Speaking of great music, we are moments away from being treated to some wonderful music from the Show Band of the South. Of course, the Tate High School Band is noted. They are incredible. We've been hearing them and enjoying them all night long, and I'm sure we'll be able to get you some of that. Also, this is homecoming night. The homecoming festivities were before the game, but saying that, they are going to be doing something, because I can see on the opposite side of the field there, right at the 50, the homecoming court is going to coming out. They did name the homecoming king before the game, but they've yet to name the homecoming queen. So that is the big moment that will be happening here during the halftime. As you can see, the Show Band of the South is about ready to go. As I said, this is the Restore Plastic Surgery Halftime Report, and something we do every single week, of course, from Wibbs, Stone, Barnett. It's the A-plus athlete, and we love to highlight these great athletes at schools that we cover. This particular week, it's Jackson Stafford. Let me tell you about Jackson. This guy has a 4.3 grade point average. So, yeah, again, I never understand. How is it possible? How is it more than 4? I don't get it, but he does, and obviously very, very good. And he has a 4.3, plays football and baseball. By the way, also in the FFA. And let me tell you what else. This is great. His post-graduation plans: play football in college and become a civil engineer. His hardest subject is English. Favorite subject is math. Love it. So way to go, Jackson Stafford. Congratulations. In fact, I think we can hear from him now.
I can't thank Wibb, Stone, and Barnett enough for the opportunity and this chance. I can't thank my coaches, my family, as well as for supporting me over the years and through my high school career. And thank you all for this opportunity. It's very much appreciated.
And that is a man that is on his way, Jackson Stafford. Again, the Wibb, Stone, Barnett A-plus athlete. Congratulations to Jackson, and thanks to the team at Wibb, Stone, Barnett. We appreciate that very much. As you can see, the homecoming court continues to make their way out onto the field here, when they'll be announcing the homecoming queen coming up here in a couple of minutes at Tate High School. Remember, we tell you about this every week as well. You have a chance to be the Wendy's Giant of the Week. Specifically, if you're an athlete, a high school athlete in Escambia or Santa Rosa County, you simply go to WFGXTV.com, click on the contest banner there, and fill out the good data, because you're going to get yourself hooked up. Every single week we have a winner. They get more than $100 worth of swag and food from Wendy's. That makes them the Giant of the Week. And this time around, let's say congratulations to Elijah Douglas, a junior defensive end, plays for the Eagles of Pine Forest. Looking real good there. Going to look, I think that that face can turn into a smile when he gets all that swag from Wendy's. So way to go, Elijah, the Wendy's Giant of the Week. And a reminder that if you're an athlete in Escambia or Santa Rosa County, you too can become the Giant of the Week from Wendy's. Go to WFGXTV.com, click on the contest link. It'll take you from there, and you're going to get hooked up. We're going to go to break here and continue to watch the festivities. It's homecoming night here at Tate High.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard pass play. Another fake, it's Destin Wade, but he pitches to Keaton. The twin telepathy goes through, and Keaton Wade scores.
It's a touchdown, an extra point away from losing this game, so.
Arsenal gets the kick out of it. Pretty good one.
It's off a foot, and how many times? Watch out.
He's gone.
Ignore. It's a touchdown.
Look his direction, and now Whitfield extending the play, throws, and that is intercepted, and what a grab. Unbelievable extension on that play.
Not a great sign, but they're going to try to turn around. Williams with the inside pitch this time. That's actually a pass, and he did not go down. He had a hand on the ground. This may be a problem. this may be a problem. He's got one man behind him. He's going to veer off a little bit, but Antonio Williams is going to walk away and strike up the band for the Dutchport Silver Foxes.
I would Hail Mary it at this point. Whitlock is going to keep it. Whitlock has received. Devin Whitlock all the way for the touchdown.
Right, and curve it in.
Here it goes on the way. Oh, close.
He made it.
He made it. Are you kidding me? Helm. He scored on a touchdown earlier, and he does it again. And Mountain Ridge wins the game in overtime.
I'm Dr. Ben Braun at Restore Plastic Surgery. Here at Restore Plastic Surgery, we support high school athletics because it helps kids develop important characteristics and skills that will serve them throughout the rest of their lives and help them contribute more to our community and society as a whole. One of the most important characteristics of successful people is never giving up, which we refer to as persistence or grit. And high school sports help teach kids that value by forcing them to keep trying and never give up. Another important quality taught by high school athletics is excellence. Excellence does not happen overnight. It takes time to develop excellence or mastery in anything. Another thing that high school sports teaches is teamwork. Very few people succeed or survive in life alone, meaning everybody relies on people around them to get things done and be successful and achieve a common goal. And high school athletics helps teach teamwork and teaches kids how to work with each other in a constructive manner to achieve a common goal.
Well, there she is, Tate High School's new homecoming queen. Just moments ago, and my apologies, I sure wish I knew her name, but we were not able to make it out from the PA announcer. Nonetheless, yeah, that's a great time to put up the airport dental smile cam. She's all smiles. You can see probably Dad. I'm going to make an assumption there. No doubt very proud. Big night there. New homecoming queen. So congratulations to she and the entire homecoming court here. There's the king.
There's the king.
What a couple.
With the beautiful show band of the South playing behind
you. Yeah.
Picture perfect night.
They do it right here at Tate, no doubt about that. And I'll tell you something that we love. Talk about doing it right. Fusaklis. They hook us up every single week. So as we say, our crew, I talked to our producer, Daniel Henney, said got here around 11:30 today. So literally they're here just about the whole workday. And then, of course, they're here till long after we are. They work hard, and thankfully, Fusaklis appreciates that and says, let us give you some grub. And they do it every single week with tons of chicken fingers, and we appreciate that very much. So Fusaklis is very enough. And I do think we have the principal now. So we're going to try and talk to her in just a second. Her name's Laura Touchstone. She's the principal here at Tate High School. We'll see if we can. I'd love to get a quick word with her just to kind of give them kudos on the terrific night that they've had here, despite the fact it sounds funny saying that, knowing that they're trailing 24-7. But aside from that, everything else has been great.
Check what the Queen is riding in, by the way.
Yeah, there's jumping Corvette in the car there. I think I see the principal now on the headsets. That's Laura Touchstone. Miss Touchstone, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Well, hi, this is Christian Garvin from WFGX Friday Night Rivals. Before anything else, I just want to say this is a huge night for Tate. It's homecoming. The band is incredible. The field looks amazing. You guys, you have a lot to be proud of despite the score.
We do. It's an electric night. The crowd, everyone from the community comes out and supports us every Friday night, whether we're winning or losing, and we're so thankful for this community. But especially on homecoming, we've got our alumni cheerleaders that have brought their families, and their little girls are out here cheering. We've got our band, our student section. Just everyone is out here tonight in full support for Tate High School.
And they should be, again, really doing it right. It's just a great night. And there was a parade before the game as well, so all good stuff. So for anyone watching, there's a lot to be proud about here. Is there anything you can tell us about Tate that maybe somebody who didn't go here or doesn't live in this community might not know? I know there's a lot to be proud of. Anything come to mind?
There's a lot to be proud of. We are one of the last community schools around, meaning that the community really supports us, and that's just what a community school is. And also, we have one of the largest ag programs in the state of Florida. And actually, we'll be sending a large group of kids to the National Ag Convention at the end of this month. We have lots of facilities improvements going on campus. We have new tennis courts being built right now. We have a new ag building that they just broke ground on this week. So in addition to the great things we have going on in the classroom, we have lots of things going on to better our facilities as well.
Principal Laura Touchstone. You know, I had a feeling you'd have a good answer, and you had a really good answer, because you're right. Every bit of that is something to be proud of. Thank you so much for taking a minute to talk to us. And again, congrats on just a huge night tonight. Everything's going so well. Again, despite the score.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Nice woman there. Really, really cool. Glad she had a chance to talk to us. We're going to come right back here. About 2 minutes left in the half, and we'll get things rolling in the second half. Washington will receive it first.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
Well, we are back again. The Restore Plastic Surgery halftime report. The clock, Jeff, has officially expired, meaning halftime is supposed to be over, but Tate just now, moments ago, coming on the field. There you can see the new homecoming king and queen. They got a ride in that sporty car around the stadium. That was awesome. So we're going to try and get the action going here. We're not going to be able to talk to the coach at Tate. We try to do that sometimes. Can't always get the coach. That's okay. We're going to get ready to roll here, as it looks like Washington's already out on the field, and here come the Aggies. So remember, Washington lost the coin toss. They deferred. I bet they're glad they did, because they got a very comfortable lead, and they're going to get the ball first, Jeff. And we heard Coach Anka say there when we talked to him before the half, you know, he gave us an update on Blessed Hayes' injury and mentioned that unless this game gets closer, we probably won't see Hayes again tonight.
Yeah, said he probably won't need him the rest of the night. And, hey, that's confidence in his team. But I tell you what, he's got a lot of reasons to have some confidence in the Wildcats. Interested to see for the Aggies how they come out. Again, this was the first halftime for Coach Williamson and his squad ever since he took over at the beginning of the week. And they battled in this game. I mean, you know what? We can look at the score 24-7, but they've had opportunities, so we'll see how they come out.
I thought Frank Williamson, but instead that's going to be number 18, Damon Wiggins, who will take it out to the 30-yard line. And the Wildcat offense going to come out onto the field here. The Tate defense has done their darndest. You know, again, they've given up 24 points, but a couple of times Washington was down there, had to settle for a field goal, and then another time when Blessed Hayes got injured, that fumble stopped him. There was going to be first and goal there. So it could easily be something closer to 30 or 35-7, Jeff.
Yeah, it really could, and we talked about that all year long. The offensive Tate, just try to eat some time off that clock, chew some yards up to give your defense a break. And not only that, but Tate also plays about 4 or 5 guys both ways, so that's just tough playing 7A football.
All right, 1st and 10 here. Going to come right back up the middle, and we saw a whole lot of that in the first half. That's Miles Murphy who gets the handoff, picks up a yard or 2. He had a great first half.
Yes, he did. Mr. Utility, Miles Murphy. He can do it all again. We've talked about him so. You're going to talk about him in every single ball game just because he's that catalyst. He's the difference maker. We talk about the weapons on the outside with Blessed Hayes, Reed Robinson, and those guys, but Miles Murphy is really the deciding factor in this offense.
Shawn Hackworth, another big star for the Washington offense. He had a touchdown, first touchdown of the night for the Wildcats. This is going to be a great catch. Ball thrown a little over his head, but that's really well done by B.J. Jenkins, junior receiver out of the backfield there. And it's going to make it 3rd and about 4.
Yeah, great job again for the Tate defense, holding them short of that first down. Bruce Foster right there, the senior wide receiver DB, also long snaps. By the way, has some good-looking hair, too.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's the key to
Always
it.
great. Yeah, play
well,
in that secondary position. You got to have that nice hair.
You're talking to a guy who knows all about that. 3rd and 4. Tate with an opportunity to get a stop right out of the half, and they'd love to do it too. Easier said than done, though, with this Wildcat offense.
You got 9 seconds on the clock.
Steele taking his time here, trying to redirect a couple of things. Got a man over the middle, wide open, and looks like Amiel Steele may have seen something. That's going to be a huge play. Reed Robinson could not have been more open. A perfect strike from Steele, and it's going to be 1st and 10 now down at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like a simple slant pattern, one-on-one coverage at the top. Opens up when they run the single high safety right there. Just, again, all you got to do is get a step inside. That's what he does. Great read by Amiel Steele.
Yep. So 3rd down and 4 turns into a 1st and 10 and then some. That 1st and 10 from Family Heating and Air.
Oh,
Steele in some trouble here, and he's going to lose about 4 yards.
There he is. Say it, Christian. Number 21.
Which one is that again?
Zach Van Skyhawk. Any opportunity you can say Mr. Skyhawk's name, you got to take it.
Yeah, he's got it's hard. I mean, Emil Steele, one of the great names, and somehow he's being bested tonight with Van Skyhawk.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, that's a really good name.
Yes, the young man has played his heart out tonight as well.
So it's a big loss there. It's going to be 2nd down now and 14 back at the 26-yard line. This time it's going to be Mr. Murphy.
Looks like he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, right around there. Should be 3rd and 10, maybe 3rd and 11.
Tate, scrappy. I mean, they're making him work for it.
Well, you know, the problem is, Jeff, it's small victories because, yeah, you stop here, and then before you know it, it's a 38-yard gain. You know, you just cannot let your guard down against this Wildcat offense. You see this offense, and you think, how have they lost twice? They have so many weapons,
no kidding.
you know. 3rd down and 11. Steele wants it all the time in the world. Got his man open. A great pass.
Oh, wow.
I mean, a great pass. Touchdown, Wildcats. Reed Robinson breaks open at the last minute there. Touchdown.
You know what, Reed Robinson right here, this is what's so impressive with Amiel Steele. You've got to throw your man open. What I mean by that is watch. He's going to run right through the coverage, but you're going to throw him open. See him throw, throws to the spot.
Just beautiful.
Number 20 right there, Jackson Stafford. He was our A-plus athlete, by the way, 4.3 GPA. But throws him open means he throws him beyond the defender right there into an open spot. Great job all the way around.
Yeah, and that's just what we were talking about, too, that the Tate D will have a big play here, a big play there, but boom, before you know it, it's touchdown Washington. 31-7 is the current score. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the Aggies will try to answer.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We are exactly 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter, and the Wildcat offense already has scored another touchdown, now leading at 31-7. Beautiful pass there from Amiel Steele, and touchdown Wildcats. Here's the kickoff. Fielded at the 20. And, nice couple of moves there. Yeah, that looked really good. That's number 25 for Tate. I can tell you from experience, he's not on my roster. But that's
Jaden Mustard.
Thank you. For some reason, I have a roster that doesn't have him down.
Got some scores for you if you're ready from the Northwest Florida State College Sports Desk here. Miami Edison up on Niceville, 14-7. That is right, Miami Edison right there. West Florida and Gulf Breeze tied at 7 at the half. Milton up 21-0 at, halftime right there at PHS. Mosley. Talk about former Washington coach, Tommy Joe Whitten, by the way, is the coach for Panama City Mosley. They're up 21-7 on the road at Navarre. Oh, and by the way, here we go. Pensacola Catholic, they're fighting back. They were down 12-0. Now they're down 12-7 at half.
Let's go Satyrs. 1st and 10 up the middle and able to fight to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe even gain a yard. That's a really nice effort from Lyle Jackson, who was hit in the backfield. Jeff, that touchdown a couple of minutes ago from Steele to Reed, that was just beautiful. What a pass that was, and the way Reed broke open. Is that one of those things where Steele threw it before he was open, but he knew that's coming, that's part of the deal?
Yeah, that's what we talked about. Throwing the man open is you're throwing to a spot. You know he is going to be at that spot, and watch.
Boom.
I mean, it was great coverage all around. I mean, there's nothing you could really do by Jackson Stafford, but he got caught flat-footed.
2nd down and 9 now. Another nice cut here. Seen a couple of good-looking cuts, and that's a nice gainer. That's Warren Hinkey, who scored the only touchdown of the night on the Tate side with an incredible run. If you missed it, it was early in the game, and he got the ball at about the 10 and carried the entire Wildcat defense with him into the end zone. So that was a big-time play, and as you can see, it's 31-7. Those were the 6, and then the extra point made it 7 points from that play. 3rd down and 5, maybe 4.
Very manageable 3rd down distance here.
Gonna hand it off again, and great effort once again, but not enough for a 1st down. That's Lyle Jackson again, so might have picked up a yard or 2, but it will be 3rd and 2, or rather 4th down and 2, I should say.
Boy, James McGlone coming in, the senior. Ooh, laying the lumber. My goodness.
Looks like the Aggies are thinking about
Watch
going
this.
for this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Collision.
Oh, and then stares him down. Got to be careful there. Could have got a flag. And it looks like Tate wants to talk about it. Big moment here, as obviously they're trailing big 31-7. But it is 4th down. They do have a lot to work on. They do have a new coach, of course, Frank Williamson, just this week. And there you can see a little bit shaken up there. That's
Lyle Jackson. Woozy.
Yeah, he's dizzy. Got to be real careful here.
Again, he took a shot right there.
Yeah,
Shoulder pad. Looks like to the face. Boy, you don't like seeing that with a player walking off. My goodness.
No, that's about as troubling as you're going to see there.
Oh boy.
Yikes. Come on now.
Look at his eyes. That's not what you like to see. We hope that young man's going to be okay. I tell you what, Lyle Jackson's a good-looking player for this Aggie squad, by the way.
The athletic trainers are going to tend to him. 4th down and short. Big chance here for Tate to convert.
Great job with that Wildcat front, not jumping right there with a hard count.
Yep, good call. 5 on the play clock. Get it off just in time. Going to be a handoff up the middle.
He's not going to get there.
The Wildcat defense was more than ready. It was going to be a run all the way. So Tate will turn it over on downs, and Washington, Jeff, is going to take over in really good position on the Tate side of the ball down at the 40-yard line, and a chance to build on what is already a very big lead.
Yeah, you saw just swallowing Warren Hankey up in the backfield, starting with that young man, number 7, Jalen Lewis. Great player. There's Lyle Jackson, by the way. Again, he just took a shot by number 15, Mr. James McGlon. Young man comes in there. It was clean hit, by the way. I want to make that clear. It was a shoulder pad as he was coming in, kind of falling forward. It wasn't helmet to helmet. Hope the young man's okay.
Man, no kidding. 1st and 10. Wildcat power offense is back on the field here. They're going to run it again. And this is going to be a big gainer. That's number 17 for Washington, Michael Richardson, Jr. So that's not even a name, Jeff, we've been talking about. And then just like that, he comes out and has a big gainer with a 1st and 10 from Family Heating and Air. And the Wildcat offense keeps going. Here he is again.
Look at the holes the offensive line is creating.
Got another big gain, not quite enough for a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down and 1. And, yeah, man, this offense, it does not slow down at all. Richardson with another big play there. And it looks like he got a little less than I thought. Picked up maybe 7, not 9.
Think you could run with this offensive line?
No.
Fair enough.
No, I don't. Another high snap. Steele is all over. Going to keep it himself. But a great play. Big-time play there by the Tate defender. That's number 22 on the run. Bryant Walters, BJ, all over it. Well done, sir.
Remember, Walters is the young man that picked up the fumble right before half as well.
Yeah.
So making some big plays tonight.
So that's going to make it 3rd down, right at the 25-yard line. A 1st down would come at about the 20, maybe the 19.5. Cannot let your guard down against this offense. Big run there.
He is.
Beautiful cut. And that's Miles Murphy, who's been so big all night. Moves Washington into the Synovus red zone with a 1st and 10 from Family Heating and Air. Jeff, you never know what. Looks like they have a timeout on the field, a water break, I think. You just never know what they're going to do. You know, at no point can you think, all right, it's going to Murphy. Because as soon as you think that, here comes somebody else is wide open. It's going to be Reed Robinson or Shawn Hackworth. Here you can see a great cut from Murphy coming out and says, nope, I'm going to go this way. Boom, 1st down into the red zone. We have the water break on the field. I know you're looking at some scores, and we've been watching a lot of scores tonight. That Gulf Breeze West Florida Tech game, I know, is a game that any high school football fan is paying attention to. You got a score on that one?
Yeah, let me pull it up here. I'm getting some, trying to get all the information, all the scores going on around the area. By the way, Baker is up big against Jay. Jay cannot hang tough with him. 28-6 at half. Pace, by the way, homecoming, 17-7 over Monroe Day at half. And it is still 7-7, and it is officially halftime. West Florida in Gulf Breeze. And by the way, we talked about Miami Edison and Niceville. Miami Edison was up 14-7. Well, the Eagles battling back in the 3rd quarter. Early score in the 3rd quarter to tie it up, 14.
All right. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line in the Synovus red zone are the Washington Wildcats. This relentless offense continues. And there he is. It's a fine play, but another pickup here, and he's been the hot man with a hand here. That again, Michael Richardson, who picks up about 3 more.
Well, we talk about both these schools. For Washington, we're watching that West Florida Gulf Breeze game closely, obviously. But next week, Washington has to travel across the bridge to play Gulf Breeze. For Tate, the schedule does not get any easier for them, as they'll have to travel all the way to Crestview to take on a tough Bulldog squad.
This time, Steele wants to throw over the middle. He's going to have a man wide open. Threw it a little over his head, and that, of course, was Miles Murphy. But an incomplete pass, third down. So you mentioned Washington at Gulf Breeze next week. That is our game. So we'll be there as the Dolphins, who have looked so good in a real battle tonight, will take on the Wildcats. That should be a great game also.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. We always know, I believe they call it the tank.
So third down and 6. Say it again, Jeff.
I believe they call the Dolphin Stadium the tank.
Oh, is that right?
They got the little screaming dolphin that goes up and
That's
down
good.
when they score.
That's good.
It's always a lot of fun over there.
I've actually never called a game there.
Oh, you're going to love it.
It'll be my first. Third down and 6. The first down would come right about the 5 or the 4. Go back up the middle again, and the Tate defense is not giving it up that easily. Once again, that's Michael Richardson. Richardson's getting the ball so much now. This would be Blessed Hayes. Richardson's in because Hayes got injured in the first half, and it looks like the Wildcats are going to settle for a field goal attempt, which is something they do pretty well. And Jeff, this is a football field with a history of pretty good field goal attempts.
Yeah, there's a man that maybe we know a little bit about around here, or if you like NFL football, named Graham Gano. Yeah, that young man played some football here. By the way, was a heck of a soccer player as well.
Well, sure, that makes sense. Got an incredible foot and still doing a great job again. So
got a Graham Gano story for you after this.
Okay, I look forward to that. The field goal effort is up, and it is
beautiful.
good. He's had a perfect night. That makes it 34-7 as Washington continues to build on this lead. We may end up, remember, with the running clock in the second half. If one team goes up by 35 points or more, the clock begins to run. So we're not there yet, but it is a 27-point lead for Washington. So a touchdown and 2-point conversion could get us there. And, Jeff, if Washington were to score, we may see the 2-point conversion, not to run it up, but sometime coaches in the position of building that lead want to get to 35 to do themselves and the other team a favor and end the game, just to get everybody off the field.
Well, yeah, and you think, well, for the other team, yeah, okay, just running it up. Well, you know what? Regardless of about the other team, this is a playoff caliber team right here that Coach Anka has. He's got to protect his players. Look, right now, Blessed Hayes, he got injured earlier. He looks to be okay, but he doesn't want to have to put his guys back out there if he doesn't have to. And you have to understand that whether you like it or not, that you know what, it is what it is. Whenever you get a chance to go up 35, you've got to take that opportunity.
And they may find themselves in that position. So while we've got a moment, you've got a story for us.
I had a close friend of mine that's had a lot of ties with this Aggie program. I was telling him we were calling this game. He said, man, Graham Gano, let me tell you about this great soccer player. And I was like, wait, you mean kicker? He said, no, soccer player. Apparently in a match here at Tate, he broke the goalie's hand.
Oh, my gosh.
On a free kick.
Oh, my gosh.
A penalty kick.
I guess that story tracks.
I mean, they wear pads and everything. I was like, they wear the little padded glove. He said, yeah, he broke his hand.
Wow.
Can you imagine having to face a penalty kick with an NFL, not an NFL kicker at the time, but a young man like that coming out here, by the way, booting 60-yarders?
Well, the upside is as much as a bummer it was that he broke his hand. It's a good story later. Graham Gano broke my hand.
Hope you have a scar just to be able to tell
to prove it. If nothing else, get the video.
There you go. Get the autograph on the cast.
Well, that's right. Mr. Gano, at least this, please, sir.
You're going to play in the NFL one day.
Yeah. So Tate, after the return there, will take over here at the 30-yard line. And Jeff, at this point, again, it just becomes what are we going to work on right now if you're Tate? It looks like they're going to work on the pass game.
Ooh,
a nifty move there. Yes, indeed. It's going to be a first down and then some. A huge play here. Wow, that's well done. That's Elrico Tunstall, who has the catch and picks up a whole lot of yards. It's a family heating and air. 1st and 10. That's a big play.
Just a simple little screenplay right there. And, man, great job. A couple nifty moves. And, hey,
yeah, right here, boom. That was the big one.
And, by the way, that is not a backup. That is Amir Rustum for the Wildcats, who has made some big plays tonight. So, great job.
They're going to throw it again.
Oh, boy. How did he complete that
was
pass?
Careful. Looks like this is a big play, and it may go for a touchdown. Oh, they're going to blow him out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So, a near pick 6 for the Wildcats turns into another big play for the Tate offense, but not too big. because he stepped out of bounds there. As you can see, that was
Boy,
Cordell
you
Autry.
cannot do that, Mr. Autry. And, some of the Aggie faithful here are upset, but I believe he stepped out of bounds too.
Yeah.
How's this completed? How do you miss that? Oh.
Incredible.
Check it in, see if he can tightrope it. Yeah,
no,
right
stepped
there.
out right there. No doubt about it. It's a great call. They're going to go. Oh, boy. Ward O'Brien was
they didn't
wanting.
blow it dead either.
They're going to blow it dead.
Okay.
It's an incomplete pass. Ward O'Brien was wanting to throw it deep. He actually had a man open down at the 10, and as he was about to release it, he got stuck. But he was in the throwing motion, so it's going to be an incomplete pass and not a fumble.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath.
Seriously, Jeff, that's back-to-back plays. Could have seen the pick six. Could have had the big fumble there. Nonetheless, Tate lives to fight another day. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Got to collect my own breath here.
Seriously. Yeah,
for
a
plays.
34-7 game,
yes.
it's a lot of excitement.
There we go. The safe run up the
exactly.
middle.
It's going to be a gain of a yard or 2. And, of course, that's Warren Hinkey, who's carried the ball a whole lot tonight for Tate. It's going to be 3rd down. He might have picked up a yard, 3rd and 9. With 3:25 to go here in the 3rd quarter as the clock continues to roll. Wildcats are going to get a win here in the next 30 minutes or so, and they'll move to 4-2. And Jeff, we said earlier, how's this team lost twice? You mentioned they've played a very tough schedule.
Yes, they have. And look, we've got some really good teams across the area, but Washington is a team that I think is really starting to find their identity. And boy, with the weapons that they have, how dangerous can they be? Because you know what? We talk about it every year. We always have some good teams, but we never really make that deep playoff run. Escambia a couple years ago making that deep playoff run, but losing the state championship to Miami Central. Everybody always talks about the Panhandle. Well, you know what? That's fine. They're good until they get to South Florida. What team from our area is going to be that surprise team this year? And I tell you what, the Wildcats, they've got an opportunity.
Well, with the offense they have, it's hard to count them out of any game, that's for sure. Tate called timeout a moment ago here on 3rd and long. A reminder, although you probably don't need it, tonight at 11 o'clock on Channel 3, it's Prep Football Final, anchored by Mr. Dan Shugart. There is smiling on the right side of the screen. He's the best, and you can catch that at 11 o'clock tonight. And, I swear, Jeff, every week when I'm watching it, I think, well, they can't have another game because they just can't cover that many, and then he'll go to another game, and then he'll go to another game. It's like, boy, we had crews everywhere, and it's so good, and you get such a great recap of all the high school football action. So tonight at 10, you've got Channel 3 News, of course, and then right after that, 11 o'clock, it's Prep Football Final with Dan Shugart. So catch that if you can. It's always fun to race home after our games and catch the highlights. In a perfect world, we see the whole show. We may get a chance to do that tonight. We're ready to roll. 3rd down and 9. So you can't call another timeout here, Mr. Ward. No, Mr. O'Brien. For Ward, it's his first name.
You know him on a first-name basis.
Yeah, getting a chance to pass a lot here. And
there's another nifty move.
Yeah, it's another big run there, and I think it's going to be enough. I think they're going to move the chains and convert there. Yes, indeed they are. That's well done for the Tate offense. And Cordell Autry on the play. And, Jeff, this is what you were talking about in that first quarter. Do more of this, and kind of changes everything. We're seeing it now, and Tate's moving the ball.
Yes, absolutely. And I tell you what, some poor tackling for the Wildcats as well. The one-on-ones, they're not making those tackles anymore.
This time they do, though, as Tate tried to run it up the middle, not able to do much with it there, so it'll be 2nd down and 10.
We talk about this Wildcat team, by the way, and you talk about the 2 losses. University Christian out of Jacksonville, a powerhouse, a state powerhouse every year, and their other losses to the West Florida Jags. Fair enough.
Yeah,
That's
those are 2 really good teams as well. Yeah. Well, you're right. The talent is so darn good around here, and every year you think, oh, he slips on the catch. No, he's going to be down. I like that he tried to get up and run, though.
Well, it took the ref a little while to blow the whistle,
seriously,
too. I was confused.
He's down. This is not the NFL. He's down. You do wonder if, there's so much talent up and down the coast. Do the teams get worn out come playoff time? Because there's rarely an off week, Is anything to that? You're shaking your head like I'm crazy.
No, I don't think. Well, I do think you're crazy, but that's not because of that
but not
statement.
because of what I just said.
No, absolutely not.
3rd down and 11. O'Brien's going
big.
deep. Man's all over him. Great
Wow.
defensive play. You know, I would not have been surprised if they threw a flag there, but they do not. So
How dare you?
Fourth
Mr.
and 11.
Malachi Gilbert just making a great defensive play.
Well, at the end, I agree. It was about 8 yards before that when it looked like he was all over the receiver. But let's see if we can spot it here.
He's looking like, was he holding on to his towel?
That was what I was seeing there. That's a good move.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Old towel pull.
The old towel.
Get on
hang.
back here.
All right, so now 4th and 11. Tate having to go for it. Ward O'Brien will once again be passing. Gonna roll out. He's got his man in the end zone too, wide open.
Wow.
Oh!
Again, Malachi Gilbert, by the way, you talk about just being able to track the football. He had no idea where the football was, but his helmet got in the way right there.
Carmelo Campbell is the receiver there, and he was open pretty much up until the moment the ball got to him. That's a good effort from Ward O'Brien, who was under a lot of pressure. Held on to the ball long enough to find his man. Could have used
Tell you
this.
what, if he could have put a little more or a little less arc on it,
Yep.
he'd have had it. But right there, boom.
Like you said. So it'll be a turnover on downs, and the Wildcats are going to come back out here with 1:20 to go in quarter number 3. Amiel Steele is back out there, and of course in the running back position we've been seeing a lot of Michael Richardson, number 17. There he is here in this half. He's going to get the ball here. Makes a couple of nice moves, and it's going to be another 1st and 10 from Family Heating and Air. Richardson with a nice gainer there of about 12. The chains will move, as will the Wildcats offense. Up big, 34-7.
They're going fast.
Yeah, Jeff, you thought that this game may get broken open, knowing how good the Washington offense is and how much the Tate offense has struggled this season, and that's exactly what we've seen.
Yeah, now you're seeing the Tate defenders start to lean on that offensive line a little bit. Again, a lot of these guys playing both ways. They're just getting tired. They don't have the depth that Washington does. And now this is where the speed can kill you. The good offensive line up front, and always, we talked about with Washington, they're always one play away from scoring thanks to that dynamic speed.
So 2nd down and 8 here as the clock continues to roll down to a half a minute left in the quarter.
Oh, there we
this
go.
time
That's what you like to see.
Isn't going anywhere but backwards as the Tate defense comes up with a big play there. It's going to make it 3rd and long.
Zane right there coming up with a big play.
That will probably be the last play of the half. I'd be surprised if the Wildcats try and take another snap here and have a look at a Peden replay.
Blowing through the block right there. Great job. That's the effort you like to see if you're Coach Williamson, even though you're down 34-7.
Which will be the case here as we round out the 3rd quarter. That is what the score will be. Washington 34, Tate 7. When we come back, it's quarter number 4, homecoming night here at Tate High.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
Well, as you can see, folks, start of the 4th quarter here, 34-7. So Washington up big, and they have the ball on 3rd down and 9. They're tough to stop.
Uh-oh.
They've got a man open here, but overthrown.
Yep,
a flag comes in way late, and Washington gets the call they were hoping for. We're going to see a 1st and 10.
I think this is a great bit of acting. I might be wrong. We'll check the replay. But I think it was a great bit of acting by Byron Jenkins right here. Now, I know the corner did not get his head around, but I think Mr. Jenkins kind of falls. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I agree with you.
We got pass interference on the defense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, 1st down.
If anything, I think the Tate guy had a better shot to catch the ball and was looking.
The Washington defender runs into him. That's
a better way to say it.
It is what it is.
Yeah, well, as Coach Anka said earlier in the game, hey, we don't have replay, and we don't have replay, so we move on. That's the call. It's 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, who have been tough to stop.
As you said before the game, the team with the most points is going to win. So
and I stand by it, Jeff.
That's fair. That is fair. That is so true.
It's like those are the sorts of calls I'm willing to make. You have to take a stand, as Miles Murphy has another big gainer. It's going to be a Pensacola State College 1st and 10 down to the 25-yard line as this Wildcat offense is relentless. They just don't stop coming at you. And remember, yeah, Tate's had a rough year. Their offense has been the problem. Their defense isn't bad, which is a real testament to the Wildcat offense, which is moving up and down easily tonight. Here's Murphy. No, excuse me, Steele keeps it. Fooled me. Kept it out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. It looks like might have got a yard.
And when you say that about Tate's defense, people are going to look at the schedule and they're going to go, wait a minute, they gave up 44 points here. They gave up 30-something points here. There's our Airport Dental smile cam. A lot to smile about, by the way. Not a lot to smile about overall. Just a beautiful night here in Gonzales, Florida. But I tell you what, the schedule, the scores does not tell the entire story, not even close. So
doing Sweet Caroline.
I saw that. You threw me off a little.
Look at
like
Steele going long, and he's got his man. That's Reed Robinson, who will score the touchdown. Amiel Steele just continues to put on a show. He's got a great arm. Might have underthrew it a little. Did not matter. Robinson reels it in, and it's another touchdown for the Wildcats.
Boy, that's Robinson's second touchdown tonight, I believe. And
you know, Jeff.
Hey, we were just talking at the break about player of the game, sponsored by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That might be
might be enough to tip the scales.
There you go. We also, by the way, don't forget, we've got our Closets by Design play of the game.
That's right.
So got some decisions to make here.
And I've got a thought on that too. And let me give you a hint. It's not the one I suggested it might be. Something else came to mind.
Well, they're not going to go up. They're not going to go for the 2-point conversion here to go up 35.
Good point. Good point.
Delay a game, maybe.
Field. 5 penalty.
Legal substitution.
Well, frankly, I'm surprised that they're not. It's 40-7. The 2-point conversion would make it 42. That would put them up 35, and that would be important because, of course, that would be the magic number. The clock would just start to roll. But Coach Anka doesn't want to do that. Going to kick the extra point instead, try and go up 41-7.
I guess at this point now you can get more of your backups, some more playing time.
Yeah.
That's another way of looking at it.
Yeah. Extra
Beautiful
points
kick.
up.
Well, they got a good kicker.
Yeah. He's been awesome all night. That's John Michael Gudros. He's a senior and has a terrific leg. Kicked a couple of field goals. He's made every extra point he's been asked to convert, so he's having a great night. And there you can see walking off the field with pride.
On the field that Graham Gano built.
That's right. This is a field made for field goal kickers, no doubt about that.
Well, we've got some more scores for you. Well,
Sure.
we got some time. Pace is now up again. They're homecoming. They've had they had streets and shut down all in that area right there. It was a party. Goodness gracious. And then they're showing out, up 24-14 over Monroe Day right now in the third quarter. Gulf Breeze and West Florida are just now coming out of half. Niceville is up 21-14.
What's the score of that one?
7-7.
Still 7-7.
Niceville's up 21-14 over Miami Edison. Milton and PHS are now coming out of half as well. Mosley goes up 28-7 against Navarre, and Crestview is tied with Andalusia in the fourth. This is a close one with a few minutes left, 21-21.
A very short kickoff here, fielded at the 35-yard line, down at the 40-yard line. And so that's where Tate's going to start that particular drive. It's one thing we've seen tonight, Jeff. We've yet to see a deep kickoff on either side. It's been nothing but pooch kicks.
We haven't had too many games this year where teams did kick it deep. And I think it's more of a, you know what, let's see if we can kick it and make a mistake or get them to make a mistake. But also the returners, I mean, hey, they're electric. And when you pooch kick it like that, it just gives you a better opportunity on kick return or kick off. Excuse me.
It's quite all right. I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. Okay.
I don't have to like it.
There you go.
But you said it. What am I going to do?
Are we going to talk about your key fob, by the way, tonight?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, what a story that is.
That you're 500 yards away and it still works?
I mean, I don't know if it might be 500 yards. It's a par 4, and literally I was able to do my car from here. It's incredible. Pass over the middle there, a gain of about 5. That's El Rico Tunstall on the catch. Yeah, Jeff, that's, to me, the biggest takeaway of the night.
Is that the play of the game?
Is that possible? Can we do that? Because I can tell you, nothing more impressive than that. It was amazing.
That was impressive, not going to lie.
One of the all-time great key fob moments, I'd say.
Is there a top 5?
I mean, don't ask for number 2.
Can I ask about any of them? Oh, goodness.
2nd and 5. Running up the middle here, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 from Pensacola State College. Late flag here. That was Warren Hankey on the carry.
And that's going to be against Tate from the looks of it right there. And that looked like number 25 for Tate. At the top of your screen, Jaden Luster got into it with number 30, which is Jonathan Morrell, the corner up there. This is at the top of your screen.
We got personal foul, illegal helmet contact on the defense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
Wow.
All right, so it's a big break for Tate as they're going to tack on an extra 15 to what was already a nice play. It'll be 1st and 10 all the way down now at the 34-yard line. This is as deep as the Aggie offense has been in a while, Jeff.
Absolutely. Since, I believe, pretty much the beginning of the game.
Yeah, maybe so. Ward O'Brien wants to get all of it right
He's
here.
got a man.
He sure does have a man. It's a beautiful pass,
he's
too.
out of bounds.
They're going to call him just out of bounds. Boy, oh boy, that's a great-looking pass. And, Jeff, flashes like that are why you can see a guy like Ward O'Brien, who's a sophomore, gets his opportunity to be a sophomore starting quarterback, because that was a beautiful ball.
Yes, it was. And I'll tell you what, that's where you've got to have better awareness on the field right here. You've got to find a way to be. And now the throw took him out of bounds. I understand that, but you still got to try to get 2 feet in and see if you can bring it in. But I tell you what, it's a young man that's still learning the game.
He was a little more out than I thought he was. Going to run it up the middle this time, and going to be a loss of about a yard. Actually, might have seen a late hit there.
Oh, I don't know. I don't like the way that his leg got pinned back like that.
It's Warren Henke.
Oh boy, you don't like that.
Gosh. Oh gosh. He's trying to walk it off.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, that is.
Oh, that's great. Great to see.
Yeah. Get that thing off because he.
Yeah,
he's missing. Is he missing a shoe? Has he got both his shoes in?
Can't tell.
I can't tell with that one. But I tell you what, get that young man over there and get that ankle up and get it checked out, because that thing may be swelling pretty darn quick.
Well, very, very glad to see him, though. I mean, for a minute there, I could hear in your voice that might have a pretty significant injury. But hopefully he's going to be okay. It is 3rd down and 12 from the 36-yard line. Clock rolling here. They'd love to punch another one in if they could. O'Brien going to throw out, and it's going to be a little high there, so 4th and long now. And I guess no surprise, Jeff, a quarterback who's still pretty young, to see sort of a mixed bag. He'll have some really nice-looking passes, and then some like that just sail over.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what, when you've got a program like Tate who is trying to rebuild, they had there was a pretty much not too long ago where they were sending a Division I quarterback out of here every single year to go play at the next level. I mean, they had some fantastic ones from Jake Henry and others, but not been the case here lately.
Here we go. 4th down and long, and under some pressure. He's not going anywhere. It's going to be a huge loss. So the Wildcats will take over at the 47-yard line, as it was already going to be a very big order to convert on that 4th and long, but instead it's just a huge loss. So here comes the Washington Wildcat offense, and if they get one more score, field goal or otherwise, we will see the running clock. There's Coach Anka.
Yeah, interested to see. I highly doubt we're going to see a lot of that starting offense. We should see a lot of backups here.
Could be.
I'm sure Steele and all those guys will be sitting down. Miles Murphy, we'll probably see the young man in Michael Richardson, number 17. We'll probably see him come out. And it looks like number 10, Davis Sherman, will be the quarterback.
Davis is also a sophomore, just like the Tate starter. See what Mr. Sherman can do. They're going to let Richardson run it, who gets out wide, and he's got a whole lot of room. And wow, huge gain. 1st and 10 from Pensacola State College. That's a gain of about 16 yards, and a terrific first play for the offense backups from Washington. That's the kind of thing that'll make you feel real good for a quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like Tate's got a few backups on defense as well, so they're trying to play as many guys as they can.
This time we're going to roll out, and going to be a hit here. Quarterback Davis Sherman threw it over the head of his receiver, but he got hit late. I think we're going to see that's a personal foul, so that's going to be 15 yards. And Jeff, that actually may put the Wildcats into field goal range. They have a terrific field goal kicker in Gidros.
And that goes against, unfortunately, I hate to say this, Zach Van Skyhawk.
Oh, no.
That is not the time I want to call him.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
There you go. Pick up
Get
your
that
flag.
mic working. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. The Friday Night Rival tech crew worked on it at halftime. Able to fix it. Very nice to hear what the official has to say. Now down to the 24-yard line. So from there, it would be a 41-yard field goal attempt. They're going to throw it out wide, and it's going to be a nice gain of 6 or 7 more yards, fighting for every bit of it, too. That's a terrific effort from number 36 for the Wildcats, Victor Souza, senior. Mr. Souza picks up 5.
I like the way you said that.
You like that?
Victor Souza.
Second down. Richardson. No,
he faked
check
everybody
that. He sure
out.
faked me out. And a big
Look
run
at
down
this.
to the 5-yard line. That's backup quarterback Davis Sherman, who keeps it himself, does a fine job. The Synovus red zone and then some. It's 1st and goal for the Washington Wildcats. Jeff, who brought in their backups and haven't missed a beat.
No, they haven't. They look pretty good. Offensive line doing a great job getting the push up front. And when we look at, well, Mr. Sherman, he looks pretty darn good there. I didn't expect him to. I expect him just to hand the football off, especially when you got Michael
your
Richardson
fault.
back there. And hey, I like it.
Do your research.
I like it,
Come
Mr.
on.
Sherman.
He's going to run it again
Here
right
we
here.
go. He's excited.
Yeah, he's it's tough to bring down. Although they do bring him down. It's like he was
bring down. But they do bring him down.
No gainer there.
He was determined after that quarterback run. He said, "Coach, I got this one.
Coach, just give me the ball and get out of the way."
Well, Coach Ryan Anka is going to be pleased with his squad. They came out, and sometimes, maybe sleepwalk a little bit in the second half, but they've done fairly well.
Yeah, they've looked good. Got a penalty here. It's not a delay of game. Let's see what this is.
Dead ball.
False start on the Wildcats, so that's going to push them back a few yards.
More room for Mr. Sherman to run the football, if you ask me.
He wants that field wide. So now back at the 14-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal. Wildcats cannot score, or rather get a first down. They can only score a touchdown here.
Yeah, I believe it's another false start.
Yes, indeed. Here we go again.
We have dead ball, false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
And that's going to frustrate Coach Ryan Anka.
Yeah. And that's, again, when you've got offensive line coming in that, you get some backups and there's some guys that don't get a whole lot of playing time.
Yeah, a lot of timing involved in those sorts of moments. And it's easy to see how that can happen. So it is still 2nd and goal, now back at almost the 19-yard line. Throw it out wide. Richardson out of the backfield is able to get to about the 15. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line.
See if we can get some more scores up here for you.
There we go, 3rd down.
We'll get it after this play.
Backups for the Wildcats here. Richardson has had a great second
great
half.
job by the Aggie front.
Yeah, nice defense there from the Aggies. And we may see the field goal unit come on. I think we will. And again, this is a significant moment because if they convert this field goal, they go up more than 35, and the clock, which is down to 6:25 and running anyway, will go to the continuous running clock. Because, again, at that point, it's sort of deemed that the team that's losing isn't coming back, and it becomes more important to end the game in the interest of everyone's safety. That's the reason behind that running clock. So this is about a 32-yarder. He made one earlier from this distance, and he's got the leg, and it's good. Sure enough, what a night we've seen from John Michael Guidros, terrific senior kicker for the Wildcats. That makes it 44-7. So after Tate scored a touchdown about 3.5 minutes into the game, Washington has run off 44 straight and now up 37. So once we see the kickoff, that clock will not stop again. And Jeff, that's not all bad. We've got our play of the game coming up, our player of the game. That'll be fun, always a good moment, tell you who wins those awards. going to hand off a trophy to Washington, something we've already done once this season. Of course, had the bowl earlier at Pensacola High School with the current and former mayors on hand. That was a lot of fun.
I've got some scores for you if you're interested right here. Pace is up on Monroe Day, 24-21 in the third quarter. That's homecoming for them. Gulf Breeze in West Florida still tied at 7. Boy, that's got to be a fun one. Niceville up 21-14 on Miami Edison, and Milton up 21-0 still on PHS.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Look at this run.
Oh,
Jeez.
boy. He just sat on the defender. Did I see that right?
That counts. He's not down.
That's the old Oregon-Auburn National Championship play. Michael Dyer. I believe it was Michael Dyer falls on the Oregon defender. Everybody thought he was down, and he rushes off.
If you're wondering why Jeff has total recall on that, he's an Oregon fan.
I am. That's the closest we've ever got.
That's the one you're not going to. Has Oregon ever won a national championship?
The O for Oregon actually stands for 0 national championships.
I did not know that.
I've accepted that. It is what it is.
All right.
Then we lose to Stanford last week.
Yeah, for the 4th year in a row.
Yep, 4th year in a row. I just don't want to talk about it anymore.
Remember when Oregon lost last week?
Yep,
to Stanford?
Yep.
4th year in a row.
Yep, four times in a row.
That's right.
That stupid tree, the Stanford tree. I know they're the Cardinal, but their mascot's that weird-looking tree. I don't understand that, but I mean, I know that's the beautiful redwoods up there, but still.
Hey, and they say we don't care if you understand it. You just need to know.
Apparently, I don't understand it because it keeps happening.
Big hole up the middle and a nice play there. It's a 1st and 10 from Pensacola State College, and Tate not ready to quit just yet. That's Cordell Autry, who's had a fine night for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
4:45 to play here, and the clock, of course, is rolling. Oh, got movement all over the place here. Now, this, by the way, this is a moment where the clock will stop when the officials actually got.
We have dead ball on the offense.
False start on the Aggies. So coming back the other way, back to about the 42-yard line. Still first down.
Well, Coach Williamson's crew, they had some fight in the beginning.
Yeah.
Just hadn't been able to put some things together here.
Well, and I mean, they're going to go for a lot right here. O'Brien grossly overthrows his man. Jeff, I mean, the fact is Washington's just a lot better. Washington's really, really good, and Tate obviously has a long way to go. But Tate does have a sophomore starting quarterback, which I think is certainly something to think about and build on.
Yeah, and the young man's got a lot to learn. And I tell you what, I've heard talking to some people before the game here, some Aggie faithful. They've got a young man, a freshman, that is something to look out for. That apparently we're going to be talking about for the coming years for the Aggies. So,
are you telling me you've got sources?
I've got some sources.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Just saying, just got some sources.
Got Woodward and Bernstein over here. You're all Woodward. Pickup of a couple there. It's going to be 3rd down and still very long, about 13 with 3:35 to go. The Washington Wildcats are going to move to 4-2. Tate will move to 1-6.
So you're saying it's over?
I'm saying it's over.
Okay.
I believe I said that midway through the 3rd quarter.
I believe you did too.
Clear that was what's going to happen.
Make this clear.
All right, 3rd down now. O'Brien with a nice pass there. It's a good-looking play. That's the sort of play you build on, Jeff. You know what that's like? That's like when you go and you play golf and you play, you're going to shoot a 122, but then you have an incredible drive on 18, and you're like, I'm coming tomorrow. I want a 7 a.m. tee time.
Just that one shot.
That's all it takes,
that
man.
one pass. That's what they're going to build on.
Well, that was a good-looking play. When you're a sophomore quarterback who's had a rough night, you'll take what you can get.
Yes, you will.
Yes, you will.
I like it. I like it. Bringing the heat tonight.
Tate going for it now on 4th down, and that's going to be incomplete as the clock will continue to roll.
Can't build on that.
Even on the no, you don't. Anything you built on the previous play.
Oh, we're just having some fun up here.
2:30 to go here as we're down to the nitty-gritty. We've got a play of the game. We've got a player of the game, of course, still to come. Obviously, we're going to be handing over some hardware to Coach Ryan Anka. And
these are the real champions here.
Yeah, they're the Tate Show Band of the South. They live up to the hype.
Yes, they really do.
Been
This has been
spectacular. Yeah, no doubt about it. And I'm telling you, right, midway through the first quarter, when it was 7-0 and 7-7, and the band was going, it had the feeling of like this could be something special tonight for Tate. That changed quickly, but for a moment there, Washington going to keep it on the ground here.
Well, again, next week we'll be at Gulf Breeze.
That's right.
Well, these same Washington Wildcats will be there. And for Gulf Breeze, boy, they're in a battle right now with West Florida Tech. The Jags, we saw them last week as well. Good squad. And for Tate, they will travel. They will hit the road and go play a, battle-tested Crestview squad. You talking about a team that's played a tough schedule as well. That is Crestview Bulldogs. But for both teams, tough games next week. So it should be a lot of fun, though, with us being at Gulf Breeze.
Yeah, two very good teams. Obviously Gulf Breeze having a terrific year. We know Washington very well. That'll be the third game this season with Washington that we're covering. So we're going to be very familiar. And I know Gulf Breeze has a great setup there in South Santa Rosa County. So that should be a lot of fun coming up a week from tonight. It's hard to believe. I think this is week 7, Jeff.
Yes.
It's like, how does it go so fast?
Yep, and you see it right there. By the way, it's who are we, Booker T. They don't call me Washington, call me Booker T. That's what they want.
All right, well, thank you.
That's what the faithful, they have spoken, and I'm listening.
Yeah, boy, you do have sources. You got tips from every school on the coast.
I was at Sam's the other day, right there near Washington, obviously.
Yes.
Don't know how, just the lady recognized me and she said, I see we're on the schedule. I see you guys have already called us. She goes, I do have a problem though, and I was like, yes, ma'am. What's up? She goes, you keep calling us Washington.
Right.
And I was like, well, aren't you Washington?
Is that not the name of the school?
We're Booker T. And I said, you know what? She said, proud alum. I believe it was 89 is what she said. I said, okay, ma'am, you got it. We'll make sure I mention that. I almost forgot.
Well, now hold on though. Here's what I would say to that, Mr.
I'm not saying it to her.
Is, that is a source. I would have loved a second source. You know what I'm saying? Like, are we just going to change everything from this one comment? What if she's not even a Washington grad and just was like messing with you? Look, I want you to work on it. Next week,
I'll take my risk.
Next week, when we have them again, I want you to have done some homework.
So I got to go back to Sam's.
You go to wait till she comes back. She probably remember what day you were there.
I got to find a different source this time. I can't.
Oh yeah, good point. Well, you can still go to Sam's. It's right next door. Odds are somebody from Washington will come in. Yeah.
Got to get you a $1 hot dog out there.
All right, hold on. Sam's is not a sponsor. Easy.
No, Foosackly's is, though.
That's true. They sure are. Feeding the crew every week. Victory formation for the Wildcats.
Get some foo sauce.
Ooh, some foo sauce.
Oh, that toast. Oh, that garlic toast.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I saw foo sauce live in the late 90s. They were in New Orleans, and it was great. It was as good a show as you'd expect.
I'm going to let you just roll with that one.
All right, thank you. I'll take it.
There you go. That'll be it for us.
The game has all but come to an end. Got to make it official with 18 seconds to go, but that play moments ago was the last one. Coach Anka is giving his team some congrats as they have earned it. Washington going to get the win tonight, moving again now to 4-2, and they're really good. So I'm actually pretty stoked that we have them again next week at Gulf Breeze. That could be really, really good. As Gulf Breeze, of course, tonight playing West Florida Tech. That's also a stellar game and something we've been following closely. We're going to go break here, but when we come back, of course, we've got the player of the game, the play of the game, and we'll hand Coach Anka some hardware. Stay with us.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
We are back, and there you can see head coach Ryan Anka from Washington as they get the big win tonight. Coach Christian Garman here from Friday Night Rivals. First and foremost, congrats on a big win.
Thank you.
Let's talk about Blessed Hayes first. I want to ask about his health. He got injured just before halftime. I know he's a big part of your high-powered offense. How's he doing?
Yeah, he's going to be fine. It just seemed like a little hyperextended knee, but just ice and rest, and he'll be good to go.
Coach, you guys are 4-2. Despite the fact that you have 2 losses, they were to 2 very good teams. You guys are really good. We're getting late in the season at this point. We've passed the halfway mark. Mm-hmm. How are you feeling about your team? What do you think you want to work on as we get down the stretch?
Just piecing a whole game together. We finally put one in, but, we're not even to the offensively, especially, we're not to where we can be and should be, but we'll get there.
Well, Coach, I want to ask about that because your offense is incredible. It seems like every player on the field can make a play instantly, but you just say that offensively you feel like you're not where you need to be. What do you mean by that? Because from my perspective, it's like, geez, they're so good.
Yeah, just as a coach, you want to score every time you touch the ball. So anytime we don't, I'm not happy. But we'll get it fixed. We're good.
Last question for you, Coach. How about on the defensive side? Everybody talks about your offense, and for good reason. How are you feeling about the D?
Man, defense was awesome. We were out. Jordan Bradley was out, a little injured, banged up, so we kind of held him out. But they stepped up after that first series and shut him out. And, kudos to them. They didn't get any turnovers, picks, fumbles, but, turnover on downs and just, punched them in the mouth after that first series, and that was awesome.
Well, congratulations on getting another big win tonight. And, Coach, we're going to look forward to next Friday night. You guys are going to Gulf Breeze. They're really good. I know you're already thinking about that one.
Yes, sir. And also they scheduled us for homecoming, so we know that.
All right, good.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for pointing that out. Nice little storyline for us. Appreciate
there
that,
you
Coach.
go.
Coach Ryan Anka, head coach from Washington. Why don't we hook him up with some hardware?
There we go.
As they have once again.
That's his second trophy this year.
Second time this year we've handed the Wildcats a trophy, and
Coach
they'd
wants
love
another
to,
next week.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
they'd love
sir.
to get one next week as well. Coach, thanks for your time, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Big win tonight. That's Ryan Anka. So, Jeff, isn't that interesting, pointing out that they were scheduled
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So with that in mind, why don't we take care of a couple more things, and let's start by giving our play of the game. And we always love to do this. The play of the game brought to us by Closets by Design. This was a big one early, Jeff.
Yeah, we could have chosen just about any of these touchdowns, but Shawn Hackworth, beautiful throw, even better catch. And boy, at this point, Wildcats were off to the races.
Yeah,
Boy.
remember, they were losing 7-0 at this point. This was the first touchdown for Washington, so this is when everything turned. From then on, they never looked
unanswered.
back. Exactly, yeah. They were down 7-0 and never looked back. So there is your play of the game. It was a big moment from Closets by Design. And now on to our player of the game. Of course, this brought to you from Hill Kelly Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. And again, Jeff, we had several choices, but I think we had to go to this man.
Reed Robinson, number 2. The young man, 6'3", about 195. Him and Amiel Steele were a dynamic duo. There's where he throws him open over the middle. That was one of the most fun plays that we've seen all night, probably all year long. Just a great job. But look at the moves by this young man. We talked about, hey, do a little tap dance through there. Young man, get him in some tap dance classes. Goodness gracious. But again, just a weapon all night long. We could have chose Amiel Steele. We could have chose Miles Murphy as Shawn Hackworth. You name it, Blessed Hayes, but Mr. Reed Robinson, well-deserved Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram player of the game for us.
And someone from the Wildcats will have a chance to be the player of the game next week, because our game next Friday night is at Gulf Breeze. It's Washington at Gulf Breeze. 2 terrific Gulf Coast teams. Should be extremely exciting, and so hopefully you can join us for that. And don't forget to join Dan Shugart tonight at 11 o'clock for Prep Football Final, where you're going to see the highlights from this game, highlights obviously from that West Florida Tech Gulf Breeze game, and so many more. That's right after Channel 3 News at 10. It's Prep Football Final with the great Dan Shugart, and that's sponsored, of course, by Hill Kelly Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram. So it's a big win tonight for the Washington Wildcats. They moved to 4-2. Tate falls to 1-6. For Jeff Price, for the entire Friday Night Rivals crew, I'm Christian Garman. We thank you so much for watching, and we will see you from Gulf Breeze next Friday night.